Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. We are going to have a damn good time, my friends. Just had to get a quick message out on Discord letting everyone know that we are here having a damn good time without them, and they need to get over here ASAP. Welcome, welcome, my friends. Congrats to the all-new relic Juhanis. Yeah, honestly, like, the HK and the Juhani is so nice. I'm not stalling. I was getting the word out, my friends. Hey, Swigo Gameplay, welcome, welcome. Hey, Apple E. Any reason Twitch chat is sub only? It was because we were in the middle of a members only, sub only stream, my friend. It has been turned off now, so now if you want to go back over to the Twitch chat, you certainly can, Tommy. Hey, Devin, welcome, welcome, my friend. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. It is going to be a wonderful Christmas here in the Beaver Dam. I just need Omegas and Satas to give Treya and Juhani their Omi. Yeah, it's going to be a while before I can give Juhani her Omi, for sure. I want to do it ASAP, but I did just drop 2 Omicrons, one on Jedi Knight Calcestis for my guild, and then another one for my guild, which was... I dropped the Padawan Sabine Omicron, which, I mean, we won our last territory wars. Not to brag or anything. Merry Christmas to you too, Numi. Merry Christmas, Anthony. I had a free preview of your sub-only stream, which I didn't know until it ended, so that's why I was wondering. Oh, that's really weird. Yeah, I don't know enough about Twitch to know, like, what's going on with sub-only. I just try my best to make it so that way it works. If you haven't dropped the Omicron on him, Wavy, then yeah, I certainly think that's fine. Now, if you drop the Omicron on him, I'd say relic him first. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, as well as Happy New Year. Dude, I really wish I could say the thing that immediately comes to mind every time I hear Kwanzaa, because, you know, I had a buddy that used to say it all the time, and it's not like, it's not necessarily bad, but I do feel like it could get me canceled. It's Happy Damathon. That starts on 26th. The 26th is coming, Youter. Damathon hasn't come here yet. Happy Festivus. Happy Life Day. Happy Saturnalia for those pagans out there in the back row. A little bit of some damn lore for you, Yotter, because I know you care about this damn lore. The Rabid Brother is actually pagan. My favorite Christmas song is Thick of It, a Swigo parody. Hey, Astro. No, typically he's receiving, Yotter. such a dumb joke. Ooh, we get 2 Zetas. Sick. I want Zetas. Okay, we're gonna jump into some quick Conquest real quick, and then we will jump into other things. Well, as long as he's a 2%er. Hey, Alf, welcome, my friend. Happy. Merry Christmas to you, too. Happy New Year comes after. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Okay, I've had a couple people say Festivus a couple times. What is Festivus? Does someone want to explain that one? Is for science, miss? Is that like I don't believe in God? Is that what we're talking about? Because Christmas has gotten so far away from what Christianity made it, from the pagan holiday, because it was Saturnalia, and then Christians are like, yo bro, there is no way we're letting anyone have a holiday besides us, so we're gonna replace Saturnalia with Christmas and steal some of their traditions. And like at this point, it's so commercialized and everything that at this point Christmas is just, it's its own holiday at this point. It's from Seinfeld. Okay, that makes sense. Is the episode pass worth buying for a Dolphin account in place of Kyrotech Bundle Weekly? Yes, I would. You're gonna get more value out of it than you would the Kyrotech bundles. Silent One, welcome to being damn cool, my friend. Thank you for your membership and your loyalty to the Beaver Dam. It's for Santa deniers. We need to make like a dyslexic person and write letters to Satan. Your stepdad was a... No, I got no idea. I apologize, Alf. I wish I knew Tagalog at all, but I do not know any Tagalog. He's fluent in Tagalog. He's not Filipino, but he is fluent in Tagalog. But I don't know. I don't remember which dialects offhand. He, I think, learned 3, but no, I don't know any myself. Festivus episodes of classic. Never watched. I never watched Seinfeld. I recently just watched, like, I don't watch a ton of, like, what are they called? There's a word that I'm looking for, sitcoms, there's the word. I don't watch a lot of sitcoms. I just watched How I Met Your Mother for the first time, like, within the last 6 months. And I enjoyed How I Met Your Mother. It wasn't anything like crazy, but I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy the ending, but I enjoyed it. GTOF, get the OnlyFans. Fine, we'll make a Beaver Dam OnlyFans. Since you're asking, Yotter, we will make it. Gosh. It's all for the memes over actual languages. Just sit here and sign at you guys. Aggressively throw hands, if you will. You have an aluminum pole? It's a time for airing out all your grievances? Sounds like a heck of a time, Ryrock. YouTube has an alternate ending. I'll have to go look that up. Like, honestly, instead of giving me flashbacks in the final season, just give me the ability, like, give me instead, you know, meeting their mother, right? And then give me the rest of the season of them getting to know each other and everything. I want to see it. I want to be there for it because, like, they were so perfect for each other. It's How I Met Your Mother on acid. We got Beaver OnlyFans 4, we got Bo-Katan merch. What did I tell you about Bo-Katan merch, Yotter? Yeah, the youngins, you all had so many other stimuli when all we had was TV sitcoms. I mean, to be fair, I don't know. Even in my era, and even in my brother's era, sitcoms were kind of dead. Like, I don't know. The last, like, truly new or popular sitcom was, like, Big Bang Theory. Like, there's not really any other sitcoms that come to mind. And so, like, I watched Big Bang Theory when I was a kid. You know, when I was going through high school and stuff, I would watch Big Bang Theory. But even then, that was, Like, I enjoyed it when I first started watching it, but... Hey, Mark, welcome, welcome. But, like, you know, I wasn't anything like an iPad kid. I wasn't that young. I remember my brother getting his first iPod Touch when I was a kid, and us being like, this is the coolest thing ever to exist. And we played so much Doodle Jump, dude. And, oh, we loved Doodle Jump. Like, you know, smartphones weren't really a thing until I was in high school. In middle school, you were lucky if you got a phone, and I was like the only one in my grade that had a phone because my parents were divorced, and that was it. So. Hey, Lord Megatron, Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. You don't know what Doodle Jump is? Oh, you poor soul. Do you know what Jetpack Joyride is? It was like Jetpack Joyride before Jetpack Joyride. It was the OG, like, you know, Subway Surfers, all that type of stuff. It was like the first major game that was made like that, that was like, you know, you're trying to get a high score, and it's like randomly generated and continues to get harder and harder as time goes on. I got through like 3 seasons of Supernatural that I really enjoyed, and then like the 4th and 5th season, I started to peter off and, you know, not care as much. I know a lot of people are like super fans of Supernatural. I tried to go back and rewatch it semi-recently, actually. I got a couple episodes in, and I still wasn't super interested. I do love the main characters. I think the actors are hilarious, and I think the show was magnificently done with them, because it doesn't quite feel like you're watching actors necessarily. Like, it feels like it's actually, you know, that's who they are, just because the show was just, a lot of it was like ad-lib, a lot of it was like they had so much fun on set, and you can tell, and I think it turned out really well. It's just not my favorite show I've ever watched. I'll pull up some I'll pull up some Doodle Jump in just a moment. Talking 80s and 90s, some of us are old. Yeah, like I mean, I'm not super old. I'm almost to 30, almost. But yeah, no, I wasn't way back when. Like, I grew up with, you know, 90s cartoons essentially. Hey, Milton. Welcome over to YouTube. Yeah, like, I have a sibling that loves Supernatural. I liked it. I enjoyed the first 5 seasons. You know, it was good. It started to peter out as around the 5th season. It's important to me that I know this, Yotter. How old are you? Are you insinuating that you are born after 2001? That still disturbs me, dude. Like, it throws me off, because, like, I go and hang out, and I hang out with Swag. Swag Frog is another Swiggo YouTuber that's getting his start, and I hang out with him, and he's, like, 20, and I'm, like, 27. And the gap is just wild to me. Some of the things they say, him and his buddy, I'm just like, I feel so old. Like, the gap feels so large. Yeah, favorites. My second favorite. Oh gosh, that's so weird. I'm 41, dude. Like, I'm young enough that I don't actually remember the day. I gotta be honest, I actually don't. I was almost exactly 4 years old at the time. Yo, how are taxes, bro? You have a job. I really hope you're paying taxes, Yotter. I really hope you're paying taxes. I really hope you're paying taxes, dude. Yes, I can. Do I choose to? Not typically, because I don't like sweet things. But I do eat whatever the F I want for dinner every night. I was watching Dragon Ball Z when the news interrupted Goku mid-fight. Bro, how dare the news do that? $34. Very nice, Devin. Hey, Brandon, welcome, welcome. We're just talking about how old we all feel. Or don't feel, apparently. Okay, let me pull up some Doodle Jump. I wonder if it's still on the App Store. Does anyone know if Doodle Jump's still on the App Store? I doubt it, because the last gameplay that's on here is like 7 years old, dude. Oh no, there's some YouTube shorts. Here we go. There's some YouTube shorts. They added a multiplayer? Interesting. Okay, here. Let's pull this up real quick. Nope. No music. Yeah. So this was Doodle Jump, dude. Like, it was super simple, super fun. The way that you move side to side is by tilting your phone, and then you can click the screen and you'd fire, and so there'd be monsters. Yeah, exactly like that. So he's clicking to fire, and yeah, and so it would just the stuff would get more and more sporadic as time goes on. You start getting vanishing platforms, and you know, all this type of stuff. You'd be able to get like jetpacks to take you up a ton, and you know, they just kept adding updates and things. And yeah, I loved this game. This was the best phone game ever. Like, it was just great. It was just fantastic. And then they added like different backgrounds that you could unlock, and then they added like different costumes, and some of the costumes would have special things that they could do. Like, yeah, it was a great game. Looks like Hubert. Okay, now you're aging yourself, Ryrock. Vertical Crossy Road. Perfect. Dude, I used to have like a little keychain thing. It was like yay big. It was like a little thing about this big, and then it was a keychain that you could like latch onto your backpack, and it had Snake on it. And I would play Snake constantly at school. It's true. It's true. People know about it because of Wreck-It Ralph, but you don't internalize something where you reference it unless it's something that's like actually important to you. Like, yes, I have watched Interstellar. Do I know quotes from it offhand? No. Like, do I know Wreck-It Ralph overall? Yes. Does that mean that I internalized and remember almost any information from it? No. So unless you had kids that really loved Wreck-It Ralph, if you recognize Q*bert, that's from that's straight up from you going and actually knowing what Q*bert's from. For the Conquest feat, leaders resolve with basically stacking leaders resolve with dash Rendar. That's my go-to for mercenaries. So you do like dash Rendar with Bam, Han, Chewie. I think Han, Chewie are both mercenaries. It might not. It might just be Han. I can't remember. But basically, you just build the ultimate mercenary team. You do dash lead. You use Bam. You use so go for life essentially. I can't remember which of Han or Chewie are one. I think it's Han is a mercenary. Chewie is not, if I recall. But yeah, you just use whoever you can essentially. It's just dash. Dash is the engine. Dash. If you have dash, nothing else matters. You know. Sounds good. You have a Merry Christmas, Brandon, or a Happy New Year, whatever it might be for you, my friend. Wrecking stuff doesn't sound profitable. Merry Christmas, Cube Labs. That was like a day or two ago, Josh, that's for sure. Yeah, that's probably what it was, is they were just like, this is gonna be too OP. Ooh, goodness gracious. Bro, Ceresu or Thermal Exhaust level 3? That is a hard choice. That is a hard choice, my dude. I watched Doctor Who up to Peter Capaldi. I stopped during Peter Capaldi, and I haven't gone back and watched it since. I just lost interest due to certain companions. I love Doctor Who, though, and I was really enjoying it, and I love the 10th Doctor. I am, definitely a David Tennant fan. Love the 11th Doctor. Yeah. The Silence is one of my favorite things that I've ever watched in like any show ever. It's just so well done with how they filmed it that I'm in love with The Silence. Yeah, I didn't really give Peter Capaldi a huge amount of like viewership because of just what happened in the first season he was there. So I've tried to start with Statue Angels episode, never made it through the episode, don't even know if it's available in Brazil anymore. Yeah, it's a show that takes a couple episodes to get into, and like, it's not one that's going to take you, you're not going to have to watch a full, 2 seasons before you get into it. You may have to skip the first Doctor if you, want to get into something solid, just because I know a lot of people don't like the first Doctor, but even then, like, I was hooked by the second episode. I enjoyed the show. The one thing you have to ignore is poor special effects, essentially. Ceresu, since you gotta collect them all. I don't have a thermal exhaust, that's the thing. Wa equals Santa confirmed. I'd agree with that. It's like Naruto for me. It's daunting with how many seasons there are. Yes, except that with Doctor Who, you're not like, it's an episode show. It's very episodic, so it's not like you're it's not like you're watching for an overall storyline necessarily. Like, yes, there's a little bit of one there, but mostly it's just episode to episode you're having fun with the Doctor, and that's basically it. And whereas Naruto, there's an overall story, which makes it so that way, you know, the 70% filler thing is really annoying because you're like, please, this didn't matter. Please, just give me the story. Whereas Doctor Who's like, oh yeah, I loved this episode. Did it have anything to do with the with an overarching story? No. Does it matter? No. I still loved that episode. It was great. It's kind of like watching Mando season 1. It's very episodic, and it's like, you know, did this episode have anything to do with anything? No, but it was fun. It explored Mando and whether or not he'd be willing to settle down and how firm his how firm his standards are with the Mandalorians, and we almost, you know, saw him give up his ideals for a peaceful life. I love that episode. Does it have anything to do with, you know, Moff Gideon? No. So the Time of the Doctor crossover, that's the one with David Tennant, Matt Smith, and one other Doctor, right? I loved that movie. It was great. Honda, are we talking about the first Doctor or the 9th Doctor? Emmanuel Alp, welcome to the damn community, my friend. Yeah, how dare a show care about something other than plot? Yeah, how dare it? I mean, to be fair, One Piece is less of filler and more of the pacing's awful. You know, stretching out one sequence for 5 minutes and when it could have been 30 seconds. That's the problem with One Piece. It doesn't necessarily have filler episodes. Naruto still holds the record for most filler episodes, but One Piece has the most filler overall just because of the amount of time that they just have sitting there doing nothing. Like, they're like, oh yeah, let's have this power-up sequence for 5 minutes, and like, that could have been 30 seconds and it would have been better. One Piece is longer than Naruto, I believe, but it's not longer than everything put together, I don't think. So, Armiser, welcome. Can we get some General Kenobis in the chat for Armiser? One Piece, pretty sure there's like 1,000 now. If only over 5 minutes. Yeah, a full episode of a 30-second scene. My bad. Thank you, dissatisfied customer. Hysterical character stopped being funny and became very annoying to me. Give me an example or a definition, Gabriel. Give me an example or a definition. I'm kind of curious what you mean by this. If I ever watch One Piece, it will be the thing that the fans are doing where they cut out all of the extra stuff. I don't remember the name of the project, but they've been working on it, and that's the only way I'm going to watch One Piece. I'm going to be honest. Hunter x Hunter, I lost interest during the Ant arc, which I know people will just hang me over because everyone loves the Ant arc. But I already wasn't enjoying the Ant arc that much, and then it gets to this 5-episode period right before one of the major fights where nothing happens for like 5 episodes, and I was just stopped caring. Yes, I almost stopped watching Demon Slayer because of the 2 side characters. Both side characters in Demon Slayer I absolutely despise. I genuinely do. I almost stopped watching the moment they got introduced. And I barely made it through the first season. I loved the show. I loved the main character, and I loved the show, and I loved the art for it, but the characters I just couldn't do. And I'm very picky about my overall animes nowadays. And yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Gabriel. Those type of characters I just don't care for. Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's debatable. Some people consider it a Western anime. Either way, it's a great animated show. I don't care what you think. Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the most impressively done animated shows of all time. ReZero main character. I never watched ReZero. I think my roommates talked about ReZero before, but I've never watched it. I just started watching anime in the last 4 years, I think. I think I started in 2020, and I've only watched, like, I can count on my fingers and toes how many animes I've watched, I think. So. Interesting, Gabriel. Interesting. I don't know, Commander Lex, what's available in your country, but I know for a fact that BritBox, I think is the name of BBC's streaming service. If you go to BritBox, I'm pretty sure it's pretty cheap. BBC does have their own streaming service, and you can guaranteed get it on there regardless of where it is. That being said, I'd probably just Google it if I were you. I actually enjoyed the video game season. I thought it was it definitely was a little like weird. I think I can see why people would lose interest during that one, but I liked that idea because I've always loved the idea of, like, you know, VR and, like, you know, being in a game and that kind of thing. And so it was a fun little thing that kind of tickled my inner child. And it was one of those things that's just like, you know, it was like, yeah, this is something I've always dreamed of as a kid, and I thought was cool. Cringe arc in the beginning. Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. It was pretty good. I've never watched that one. It's an easy choice. Converse agility. Sarasu form is not that good. Okay, here's the thing, right? Whenever an ally receives damage, they gain 25% defense, right? My Ahsoka is modded for defense. Her whole kit's based around defense. The next time they use an ability during their turn, the next time they use an ability that they deal true damage equal to 10 times their defense. All of my allies also start the battle with 300% defense. That's why I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, I kind of wonder what that does. Just because I have Ahsoka. But I think we'll go Thermal Exhaust. Yeah, so if we want to do like something really solid, what we'll do is let's try this out. We'll drop that, and we'll drop that, and we'll bring in you, and we'll bring in you. There we go. Let's try that. We'll lock in that and try that out for fun. And so now we're basing it all around debuffs, and we'll see how that goes. Hey, look, another weak point. I wish we had a better Amplify Agony. I got a couple episodes into Hellsing. I wasn't super interested after a couple episodes. One of these days I may give it another try, though. Can I get a roster review? Yes, you can, DJ. As soon as we finish with some Conquest, I would be down. Heck yeah, Yotter. That's what I like to hear. Yes, Sabotage. Yes. That is one of the best characters you could possibly have in your account. Save up Zetas for Bane. Merry Christmas to you, Civics. Yeah, I need to give it another go. I did really enjoy, especially the first, like, 2 seasons of, it's not an anime, but, Castlevania. I really enjoyed Castlevania. One of these days I may give Hellsing another go. Do I have any videos on Datacrons? I have a video on the basics of Datacrons. Is that what you're looking for, Devin? Or are you looking for, like, what Datacrons you should currently be going for? And if that's the case, I would probably suggest, I know Zareth Prevails does his, like, wish list, or we can go through them a bit with you. Yes, basics. Yeah, I should have a video. If you just look up Datacrons, Rabid Beaver, it should show up. If you have trouble finding it, let me know and I'll drop you a link for it. Was it? Yeah, it was Hellsing Ultimate, I think. I've never watched Fairy Tail. I've heard a lot of good things about Fairy Tail. I've also heard a lot of bad things about Fairy Tail. Dang, are we gonna lose? We're gonna lose Bane right here. I think we might die if we hit our last ability, so we're just gonna hit basic. Okay, let's hit you with this, and sure, let's hit you with this. Are you having family over? Did we just lose Sith Eternal? Okay, then. I'm not having family over, but I'm going over to family's house. Both my dad and my mother both live in this area. It's the reason that I moved down here. And so I'm finally close enough to go see them without having problems. That's why I didn't stream last year, because we actually had a GAC on Christmas Day last year. But I had to drive, 4 hours south to my parents' house to be able to go visit them. And so I was not able to stream my Grand Arena that year. We should probably check what the feeds are. So to give you guys some context on, animes that I've watched and stuff, I have a pretty hard pass on most things with a heavy sexual theme. I just don't enjoy that in shows that I watch in general. So I never watch The Boys because I don't have any interest. And so if it gets too far in that direction, I usually just stop watching. So yeah, it just kind of depends. And so I'm very picky with my anime because they love their tropes. They love having a pervy character. They love having fan service. I prefer animes that don't have fan service. I think that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood had an entire show that was absolutely peak on the same level of Avatar: The Last Airbender without a single bit of fan service. And if they can do that, then why can't every other anime? I think you're substituting plot for something that will distract people. I think you're basically just using this as a way to show that your show is good instead of, actually making a good show. So fan service is like half of anime. And see, I see anime as a way to tell a story. I absolutely adore Violet Evergarden. I absolutely adore Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I love A Silent Voice. I love the medium as a way to tell stories, and I think there's a lot of good stories out there being told. But I don't enjoy fan service, and I think it in any format of any media, I think it's typically it's just to essentially cover up plot holes or be lazy in their storytelling. So romance, great, love romance. Romance is great, but 99% of the time it's just we want to show this on screen just because. One knows I can get Malik if I get giant Revan bundles. What do I think? Should I spend the $10? DJ, I think it's a great deal. The Revens and Malik are one of the biggest PPs in the game. For those who aren't familiar, PPs are passion projects, and passion projects keep you going in this game. And so the Revens are a big passion project for most people, and so I think the $10 is worth it for sure. The relic characters are going to be nice, even if you don't use most of them, because a lot of the Lightspeed bundle characters you won't end up using. But with these ones, there's at least 2 in each bundle that you're going to use regardless. Which is nice. Plus, they get you to Malik and to the Revens. So yeah, I think it's worth the $10 for sure, my friend. I believe so. Yeah, Gabriel, that should be the one. I'll probably rename it here at the end of the stream just to make it easier for people to find as a super basic Datacron guide. because that's what it was meant to do. But I was like trying to find a way to make it so that way I could get into the YouTube analytics, because no one cares about Datacrons. Everyone hates Datacrons. And so I knew going into that video that I was trying to make a video that wasn't going to succeed, but I wanted to get it out there to help people out. And so I was trying to find a good way to get it out there. Now that it's an old video, it doesn't matter to be out there. All I need to do is label it Datacrons, you know, Beginner's Guide to Datacrons from top to bottom, something like that, where it's super easy to find for people. So I'll rename it for people. Bane, damn, my lifter died. Yeah, seriously. That was with Death Trooper Peridia surviving, right? And 10 battles, Death Trooper Peridia surviving. Okay, yeah, we'll just throw the Peridia troopers on the Paw Patrol on auto, and then we'll keep looking at chat, because, you know, that's what matters, is you guys. I don't care about Conquest. I never keep defense non-diamond primaries for mods. Should I keep them for... I never keep defense non-diamond primaries for mods. Should I keep them for defense sets? I mean, okay, here's the thing. You should never delete a mod just because it has a poor primary. Because no matter what, you're going to have a character that could really use that mod just because you don't have enough speed mods to go around. If you have a mod that's like 16 speed and it has defense as the primary stat, keep it, dude. It's still going to be better than other things that you can get until you can get the best mods for a character. So all mods are hand-me-down mods. Now, that being said, are they solid for like a, you know, a tank? Yeah, it works. So Full Metal Alchemist for me is on the same level. I have to go rewatch it to finalize my thoughts. I always give everything a second watch before I finalize my thoughts on something overall, unless I didn't enjoy it, in which case I don't typically go back. But if I really enjoy a show, I'll typically, or a book or anything, I'll typically reread it, rewatch it before I solidify my thoughts. But just from like right now, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood's like on the same level for Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's one of those shows where not a single episode feels unnecessary, not a single episode feels out of place. Like even the side episodes still feel relevant to the characters. It's well written, well done. You know, I enjoyed every moment of that show, and it's hard to say that about almost any show. And Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was like that, as well as Avatar: The Last Airbender, because even the nonsense episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender are some of my favorite ones. Like, I love the I don't remember the name of it, the one right before the Day of Black Sun where Aang is just going crazy because he can't sleep. Love that episode. It's fantastic. And it's the same thing with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Even like the slower episodes that don't seem to have as much to do with the overall story are still just phenomenal. Gotta set new defenses like a promoted to Rhodium. Ooh, fun, Appley. Very fun. Jojo and Baki, whose fan service is just half-naked buff men fighting. Oh yeah, so the boys. I couldn't get into Jojo. I watched the first arc of Jojo, and it took the entirety of the first arc for me to enjoy the main character. And then you guys know what happens at the end of the first arc. And so I was like, dang, am I going to have to go through this every single time? This sucks. If I'm not going to enjoy the main character, what's the point? So I could never get into Jojo myself. I do think that the song Golden Wind from that, which is I think Giorno's theme, is straight fire. I think it is straight fire. It's on my playlist to listen to because I'm a nerd that likes soundtrack music in general. But that song is just fire, bro. It is straight fire. Italian yachter. It's my go-to every time. I love a good Italian sandwich. They're straight fire. fire roasted, then they're actually fire. I am out of beverage. I will go grab a beverage in just a moment to redeem your hydrates, Alex and Megatron. Let me grab Mara and put her on the chair, and I'll go grab a drink. Yeah, I agree, Gabriel. I didn't get Jojo. I didn't. After the first arc, I just couldn't do it. I don't know. Would you consider a video on mod calibrating? Yeah, I could do a video on mod calibrating. I mean, there's... I don't know. I don't want to do super intense mod guides, but I'll do something that's simple for people, for sure. I know that's one that a lot of people have kind of talked about, is because I've done like a general basic guide. They're like, can we get something a little bit more complex when it comes to like how far to take mods, that type of thing, and like re-rolling mods and that type of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I could definitely see myself doing something like that. So buying lot tomorrow, oof, DJ, it's worth the money, but it's rough. Yup, Battle Beavers, exactly. Welcome back to Twitch, Agent Milton. Hi, Mara. Yeah, you just heard your name, didn't you? I love you. After was my PP unlocked her just before Lightspeed for, but holy cow, she rocks in GAC and Conquest. She does some solid stuff in Conquest. That's like what carries me in my free-to-play account. Okay, down. Thank you. You don't care to see the doctor, Dr. Dre? What do you mean? I love Dr. Dre. What Zetas are needed for Malik on both sides? I currently have all JKRs and Jolie's. Congratulations, you have everything you need for that side. Darth Revan, I don't think you actually need any of them. I would say Bastila is nice, but it's not necessary. Can you watch Brotherhood exclusively without watching anything else? Yes, absolutely. You can watch Brotherhood without watching anything else. Full Metal Alchemist. So the difference between Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, they are not meant to be watched in a row or anything. Full Metal Alchemist was essentially, let's make an anime, but then they hit a point where the manga hadn't come out. Instead of waiting for the manga, they were like, okay, we're going to make our own story from here on out. And they kept going, and they made a story. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is them going back and redoing the series, and then they follow the manga now that the manga was fully out. And so the endings are very, very different. A lot of the show is very, very different from Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And so, you know, the beginning of both shows will feel very similar. Just one will be older, one will be newer. One will be a little bit more, I don't want to say violent, but visceral is a good word for it, I think. But besides that, it's, you know, it's more or less the same show. Brotherhood is definitely the superior in most people's opinion. I've met very few people that say that they prefer Full Metal Alchemist more, but yeah, you don't need to watch anything else. You can just watch Brotherhood and be happy. And then you finish my C I got from Lightspeed bundles. Fair. Stat Club sandwich, the bacon avocado is like hangover food for rich people. Heck yeah. There you go. There's James Mays for you. Hi, I'm James Mays here with mighty Darth Revan Gear 12 doing the Malak event. I miss Billy Mays so much. Billy Mays was like the only ads that were actual ads as a kid that like I loved watching. I loved watching Billy Mays videos. Like they were so great as a kid. No manga, I want a wanga. He just gets obliterated instantly. That's why he's not a great defensive team. Okay, throw in a team that can beat this. What is a team that can beat this? Jabba? With my one Zeta on him. Have fun, guys. Merry Christmas, Tyler, since I don't celebrate it. Well, happy end of the year, Alex RG. Merry Christmas Eve to you as well, Simplistic. So, we went over this before. Solipsistic senility. I got it, guys. I got it. Yeah, let's actually, let's go for her first. Dude, this team is gonna be insane with the data discs that I have set up. Oh my goodness, this team's gonna be crazy, bro. Do you see how many detonators are on these guys already? Vader's just gonna kill himself. Ugh. I got lots of problems with you people. Are you airing grievances over there, Soul? Tomorrow. It drops tomorrow, Gambit. There we go, James Main. I'm glad. Having a GL in Conquest is such a good feeling after 6 months of stalling out. Oh yeah, dude. Like having especially like right now, because like there's some GLs that are solid in Conquest. Like SLKR, Rey are great examples of solid GLs. Sith Eternal is an example of a crap GL in Conquest. Jabba, JML, and Ahsoka, which are the 3 that I've gotten most recently, are examples of just Conquest gods. And like, I kid you not, I full autoed Ahsoka Tano down to 0% stamina in the first set without any data discs. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this team in Conquest. This is just, it's beautiful. Like, I just got both, Battle Beavers coming in with a subscription. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Just like going through, I was like, this is wildly OP. Like, I feel like this is just way too good. Is it better with the 300% stuff that I recently had? Yeah, probably. Is it going to struggle against Inquisitors? Always. Inquisitors are like the big counter to this team anyways. But like, and for some reason in PvE, the perfect defense works. It works every time, and it drives me nuts. I'm like, why doesn't this work for PvP? Why would CG do this to me? Like, this team could be so much better if it worked the way that it works in this. Dude, I cannot wait to get Malicos. It's going to be a long time, but I cannot wait to get Malicos. Now I rarely use them. Oh, I mean, with the feats, it makes it much harder to use them. But, like, then again, it's also like, you know, you end up just using them so that way you can get through it first, and then you can, you know, go through and do the feats. So I do easy feats on my way through, but this one I'm kind of just focusing on finishing as fast as possible. Yeah, just keep killing everyone. You got this. I believe in you. Been watching for a while. How's Conquest going? I mean, we're watching Ahsoka just solo a team here. Like, I'm telling you guys, Ahsoka's insane in Conquest. Back to our Imperial Remnants so that way we can work on our feats. But yeah, we're a fair decent amount into Conquest. You guys got this. What's the highest damage that you've seen an SLKR hit? Like myself, that I've done myself. It was a couple million. It was in the Sith Triumvirate raid. I can't remember how much exactly, but it was a couple million. Who should I get? C or Rey? All I need for C is Anakin and Thrawn at Relic 6, Relic 7. Rey, I need both Reys and BB-8 Relic 7. Who's better to go for? Overall, Rey's going to be a better GL, especially if you already have an offensive GL. If you have like a, you know, if you have an SLKR or something like that, then yeah, definitely you're going to want to try and get that defensive GL into your roster. So I'd say probably go for Rey, personally. Now, is it going to be your favorite one to play with? No, but is it going to be a nice one to have on defense? Absolutely. Do I still play that Star Wars card game? No. Yes, I still play Star Wars Unlimited. I just need to find a good group to play with regularly now that I've moved to this area. And with this new job I'm switching to, I'll finally have time to find a group, which is going to be super, super nice. And I found out that there's a local card shop that does stuff like literally every week, and they are right next door to my house, like a couple blocks from my house. I didn't know they were there. So... Imp Troopers and Ewoks just evaporate. Heck yeah. Ad hit at a bad time. Malicos is gonna be, I think, my last Proving Grounds unlock for everyone who has Proving Grounds right now. Yeah, he was my last one. I just got him like this last Proving Grounds, and that was my last one that I needed. So I need someone to donate a sub to me, and I also need someone to donate a Lightspeed bundle to me. Hopefully I get lucky. Finally fished by SLK, so I'm hoping I can start getting shards from Malgus, Maul, and Bane. It's the only 3 star I haven't cleared yet. Oh, it's the only 3 I haven't cleared yet. I mean, SLKR solos the Bane one, basically, so... What's the best way to get red crate if you don't build the new tunes that are required for feats? Having things such as JML. Like, that's one of the best things you can do, is building out the teams that you can use to cheese feats. So like Maul, you can cheese a lot of feats with, you know, good dark side GLs or good light side GLs. JML is one of the best things that you can have in your roster. And then watching guides and seeing how people do things is going to be very, very helpful. So like, you know, for instance, like I'm working on Peridia surviving. You don't need a relic Peridia to make Peridia survive. You just need like a double tank, and that's essentially it. You know, attempt to inflict stuns, obviously easy. Accuracy down is obviously easy. When without a leader in the leader slot, just, you know, throw in an SLKR or something like that. You know, you look at the Sector 2 feats and you're like, you know, oh, you know, inflict armor shred. There's 1,000,001 people that do that. And there's, you know, you just find a person that can do that and you just start working towards it. Probably the easiest one of the easier ones is probably like JKCK, something like that. But you can layer on a whole bunch of armor shreds with a whole bunch of different teams. You know, potency up, easy. Great Mother surviving. Once again, just a double tank and a team that doesn't have a whole lot of AoEs, and you just go and do it. That's all you really need to get Great Mothers through. Like I have a Gear 8 Great Mothers, I'm still going to get this feat. You know, win 10 battles with a full squad of unaligned force users. Oh no, you use Ray that you got from your Lightspeed bundles with every light side unaligned force user you happen to have, and you do it. So a lot of these you can cheese, and that's the nice thing. And so like Ray is super nice, JML is super nice for getting those like surviving feats, as well as killing feats, and like just utilizing your roster really well, where you're like, you know, if you have an SLKR, you're not using SLKR to get through, you're using SLKR at high stamina to be able to use it for feats. You're trying to get the surviving feats with him because he has a double tank, he does a lot of damage, he can have that 5th slot open to have someone surviving in it, like Great Mothers. So no, Star Wars Unlimited is new. It's it does not have any dice mechanics. It is very much similar to Magic. I really enjoy it. It just came out within like the last 9 months. They have 3 sets out right now, 3 sets, and the newest set is all Clone Wars. The art's really cool. I love the art for it. Like I really do love. I really do love Star Wars Unlimited. To be fair, collecting and playing are 2 different hobbies. I have like 7 decks, dude. I have 7 decks. I just don't have anyone to play them with. And I really want to start playing Twin Suns, which is their version of Commander for those of you who are Magic savvy. And it's really fascinating how it works, because it's not just straight up, you know, whoever's last man standing wins. It's once you kill the first person, whoever has the most life at the end of that round wins. And so you have to be super strategic for when you try to go for the end of the game. and whoever kills the first person gets 10 health back. And so it's just like, oh yeah, it's a rush to see who can win at the very end. And so it's really, really cool. I love the mechanics of Star Wars Unlimited. It's really fascinating, and I'd love to play more, and I just don't have a play group right now because I moved. I used to have a play group, but don't have one anymore. So we'll see, Kaiser. We'll see. I don't know if anyone would pay any money for a Scion of Django Lightspeed bundle. I'm just saying. Will you be on the graveyard shift? No, I'm just going to be working 3 days a week at the moment until the full-time position opens. And so I'll be working 6 to 2, 3 times a week. Hello, Merciless. Welcome, welcome. Let me redeem this Maritime, and that'll also allow me to go and grab my beverage, so that way I can redeem the hydrates. Hey there, poopers. Hi. I love you. Okay, really quick, just to announce it. In the Grand Arena tournament, let's see, Wicket's Extraordinary something or another ended up in dead last with 40 points. Then number 6 is the Astonishing Denny's Run with 42 points. In 5th place, we have Darth Sigma's. In 4th place, and that's with 45 points. In 4th place, we have Team Repeated 11 Times. I can't see the full name, I don't think. And that's going to be with 50 points. 3rd place is going to be Uwu Ufu Army with 51 points. Just beat out Team 3 by 1 point. Very nice. 2nd place is Just Bane It. And the winner with 61 points is Riva for Damn Sugar Daddy. And there's a whole lot more to that title, but I'm not going to say it. Congratulations, Riva for Damn Sugar Daddy. Okay, I'm going to run and I'm going to go grab a beverage. Mara's going to watch chat and make sure you guys aren't being rude to each other. And then I am going to be back and we'll give Mara a treat. And yeah, treat. And then we'll keep going. Sure, just see if you can't kill Bane. I don't know. You're not... You guys got this. I believe in you. Okay, stay. Paw. Chate, other paw. Chate, good girl. Good poopers. Yep. Chate. Love you, poopers. Okay. Hey, and they won. Sick. I'm all Beaver, Zetas, and Omis. I only have 2 Omis and no Zetas. I'm sorry, my friend. Entrenched. Leaders Resolve. I could use a Leaders Resolve. Yeah, let's go for the Leaders Resolve, which means we can go either way. Okay. Catching up on chat. If you don't build marquee characters, I mean exactly what I said. It's going to be just using strats like that, where you know, you're not building marquee characters. That's fine. You can still get them to gear 8 with like minimal effort. You can use a gear 8 to do basically everything you possibly need to in Conquest. Like, if you're not building them at all, where you're like leaving them at like not unlocked, then that's a you problem, because you could be getting Conquest feats. Like, that's on you, because you should be at least unlocking them and doing the marquees for new characters, because that's an instant 3 stars that you don't have to farm up at some point in the future. So like, it's not like during like the Bane one, it's not like I was building new characters at all. I wasn't, because I was, you know, being efficient back then and not trying to build for anything new. And I still got a red crate. That was my first red crate. No, Rowan. Roster reviews are free, and then whoever, if you want to, you can pay, and you jump the line, essentially. We typically do it through the Discord. Let me get you a Discord link in the chat real quick. Whoops, didn't mean to type it in like that. We misspelled it. There we go. Okay. Here's the Discord link, so that way you can, anyone that wants to can join the Discord for when we do some roster reviews. But yeah. Hey Frank, welcome. Happy whatever you guys celebrate. Fair enough. Happy whatever you celebrate to you as well, Frank. Dash and Malik, probably the two best accessible units for getting through Conquest. Honestly, yeah. They do a ton for you. Dash with Leader's Resolve is one of my favorite things in the game. Looking for disc combos that make teams a beast. I mean, you're looking at one of them. This is the debuff one, where you just basically play off of debuffs and use weak spot. Other ones you can do is, like, you can just stack beefiness and turn meter. That's another way you can do it. That was the original stuff that I was doing, you know, getting like Converse agility, getting the one where you get turn meter on buffs, getting the one where you get turn meter whenever you're critically hit, as well as advantage and that kind of thing. And then you get like the one that gives you a savior mechanic, the one that gives you 300% defense, all that type of stuff. So those are the kind of the two right now that I tend to run personally. You miss him? Why do you miss him, Ryrock? Let's see. Logging Ezra Exile in a couple days. Very nice. Ezra Exile, so good. Plug and play. GL Tank plus Watt Tam Vor. Marked out is super solid for any cheese tactic. Agreed. 100% Rowan. I'm not a big fan of sweet potato fries. I'm not a big fan of sweet potatoes in general. How should one mod Malik for protection? Because you can get overall more health into him if you have protection. If you want him to be just like really good on a team, then you're gonna mod him, I think, health sets with protection. And then if you want him to be good solo, I think it's tenacity with protection primaries. Dude, the Jar Jar art is amazing in that frickin' set. I pulled one too, and I'm so happy I did. Okay, hold on. I gotta pull this up for people. What we're talking about. Star Wars Unlimited Jar Jar art, dude. So Star Wars Unlimited is the new Star Wars trading card game. This is what the art looks like for this character, bro. Like, look at that. Gaze upon the magnificence, dude. Gaze upon the magnificence of that art. It's beautiful. I've never had to play a Proving Grounds event. That's wild, Josh. That means you've been playing much longer than most of my viewership. Dang, Rowan. Yes, just do it, DJ. Don't even look at your bank account. Just do it. Go into debt. I mean, don't do that. Mara is not a lab. She is a German short-haired pointer. Yeah, I'm talking about you. She is a German short-haired pointer. She looks like a lab. Why did I try this again? I'm obviously not paying attention, guys. She's a German short-haired pointer. Her mom and her dad and her grandma both are pure black like that. Not typically what a German short-haired pointer looks like, but that is what she looks like. And so you can see the kind of like white speckle that she's supposed to have. Like on her belly, she has some white speckles, and her chest, she has a white strip, because she's supposed to be, you know, that white and black speckled or white and brown speckled, but she's pure black because that's how, you know, her genetics were. So, what else we got? I don't really want to deal with these other ones. What the F is this? I absolutely despise this team. Let's see. What's a team we can throw against this? Hut Cartel. Let's go all Hut Cartel and just run that on auto until we're out of energy, essentially. My relic Zalbark is Vita relic Tarful. I shouldn't. Probably not. Yeah, all discs are available everywhere. Gosh, I hate this team. I despise this team so much in Conquest. Can I say that now? I despise this team in Conquest. It's such an easy team everywhere else, but then in Conquest, they're like, we're gonna make it insane. Use Genstick, quick the game. My beardy have stopped playing Swigo, so I'm not much on stream anymore. Oh, sad. Fair enough, Frank. I don't suggest spending money on Glat myself. I did it, and I kind of regret it. You're probably no better than I do. I haven't looked at the screen like at all, Soul. I'm honestly just not looking at the screen. I'm literally just, you guys have seen it. My chat's over here. I'm literally just staring at chat talking to you guys at this point. So you probably know better than I do. I think I hate Darth Revan teams the most in terms of Conquest, Beyond Insufferable. For the longest time, it was Starkiller, Darth Revan, and Mandalorian. Nowadays, it's just Phoenix and because like I have a team for basically anything at this point. Phoenix and like JTR, those ones that like shouldn't win but still win randomly. Those are the ones that piss me off nowadays because I have a team for everything else. I mean, okay, to be fair, she's paying off, Frank. She's paying off, and I've made some content off of her. But like, I don't know. I don't think any character's worth $600. Do you? It's just one of those things of like, in the time that it took me and with the money that it took me to get there, I could have had Jabba, I could have had Leia, I could have had Profundity and probably been on my way to Leviathan. Like, I don't know. And like, it's not like I can make guides for getting Ahsoka because the event's so easy that there doesn't need to be a guide. I'm gonna make a guide, but it's essentially going to be a guide to be there to be like, hey, you don't have to worry about doing this event. Like you can use default mods and be fine. That's like all that the event is going to be, like the event guide is going to be. So like I can't even do an event guide where like, you know, what I normally do where I'm trying my best to make an event guide that's going to help as many people as possible, because there's no need for it at all. It's just not. Dang, that's crazy, Ryrock. That's awesome. Yeah, like I spent $600 to get Gungans because they were way out of my range of what I was going for. I paid $600 for Ahsoka, and that's being conservative. That's definitely being conservative on both of those. And so like, yeah, I don't know. It's going for new characters is not worth it. It really isn't. Unless you're an endgame account, it's not worth it. And you can tell CG knows that because they're pushing so much to non, you know, endgame accounts with these Lightspeed bundles, so that way they can afford to go for the new characters. They're trying to speed everyone up because they know that it's not efficient and doesn't make sense for people to do that. So yeah. I need a few new modding project. I can't think of anything. What's fancy, new, and deserves decent mods? I mean, are you an endgame player? Endgame-ish. I don't know. I don't know who I would like make sure I take the time to mod. Does this count towards the armor shred? Does anyone know? Because that would make the armor shred so much easier. More. It doesn't count. Okay. Well, I mean, for the content, we'll grab it and check. Go look at Christmas lights next time. I'll try for a roster review. Merry Christmas. Sounds good, DJ. You have a great night, my friend. And we do roster reviews quite often, so I'm sure you'll get one. Other than speed to look for on a character, typically you just figure out what the character needs, dude. If they're like an attacker, you're looking for offense percentage. You know, if they're, you know, usually the whole secondary mod stat is more of a thing that you focus on for like GLs, and then other characters are very much like you just want speed and just want to worry about speed. And then if you're in the like majorly end game, you can do that much like fiddling, but it's mostly unnecessary to do that much fiddling with mods. But like overall, it's just about kind of knowing, because like at that point of modding, you're less of going in and looking at your mods and being like, okay, this is what I need to do for my mods, and more of being like, I really love mods and I want to fiddle with my mods a ton, and that's what becomes more of the passion, is that you're like Pimpo, you just love modding. So it does not count. Captain Amazing, don't break my heart like that. Thanks, Rowan. I appreciate it. I have the Ray and SLKR and JML bundles from close to both, but I think that JML would be better because I got the extra old mats for later GLs, but I would like an extra opinion. JML is going to be helpful in Conquest. He's a helpful GL overall. He breaks you into the Rebel Trinity. I do think he is a good choice. That being said, if you didn't buy like the Jabba Lightspeed bundle, I would probably do JML and then do SLKR. I will say SLKR is the closest GL out of all of those if you bought all the Lightspeed bundles, but maybe you already had some stuff in your roster that makes it so JML's closer, so I would go JML. Cantor's team with Karth Mission is Albar. Yeah, anything with Cancerous Ordo is awful. Yeah, Sabine, awful. Okay, sounds good, Milton. Have a great night. Nice flight, very nice. Still gonna use the new gas look, fair. Talking to chat is how you beat Conquest, right? Yeah, it's how I deal with the crushing depression that Conquest causes is by talking to chat. I think we're basically as far as I want to go. Let's see, what teams do I have left? I mean, I still have a JML team, I guess. I still have a JML, I still have Mall, I still have... yeah, I have some teams that I can still use. Let's use JML a couple times and some SLKR a couple times. You. Call it good. When will roster review start? In the next, I'm gonna say 15 minutes. Yes, GLAT is easier than JML. 100% GLAT is much easier than JML. Like, holy crap, GLAT's easier. Like, I didn't remod a single thing to get through that event, and I didn't even need to look up a guide. I didn't need to, like, I didn't spend any time, like, doing battles over again. I didn't ever drop a battle. It was just, I did it. Like, that was it. Like, I dropped one battle because I tried something different than my initial impression. Padmes are a pain. Padmes are a pain. Nice thing is SLKR can typically do it fairly easily. Huck's team is probably the easiest team to farm for feats. Interesting. You don't get turn meter against Huck's team, so you typically, I used to have a really rough time with it. Oh, this is probably not going to work very well. Night Sisters kind of destroy this team fairly easily, although we do have a very hefty, we have a very hefty data disk set right now, so never mind. This is going to work really well. Oh my gosh, you know what team's going to work insanely well right now? You guys ready for this? I'm not going to use it on this battle. I'll use it on the next battle. Of the dedicated GL Lightspeed bundles, excluding Ray and SLKR, why? What is your favorite and why? Of the dedicated ones that are like, you know, Sith Eternal Lightspeed bundle, Jabba Lightspeed bundle, not the ones like the Chewie Lightspeed bundle that helps towards Jabba. You're talking about just the dedicated one? Do I run a cat with JML? No. You want Jedi with JML for the most part. I run cat with Rey. I run a ooh foo team with a Rey, and it's really dang good. I love that team. It does so much. It's so beefy, dude. You can also use cat with Padme to counter JMK. You can use cat with Scoundrels to beef up your Scoundrel team. She fits in so many teams, but I wouldn't do it with Jedi. Jedi has too much other stuff that's helpful. 3 times a day and do 2 attacks a team to keep the stamina up. I don't really mind. Conquest allows me to play with my whole roster, which is pretty rare now. Yeah, I don't know. I used to love it, but having to do 3 conquests every day, I lose my mind. And so it's getting harder and harder to do conquests since I've had 3 accounts, and that's probably just me. And I'm starting to, like, starting last conquest, I stopped doing conquest almost entirely on my free-to-play accounts, and just like did bare minimum to get first crate on both of them, essentially. Yeah, Josh, that's how it used to be with me. I used to love Conquest coming around because it was something more to do. But nowadays, with content creation and everything, Conquest is just a chore to me. I forgot I have this team. Yeah, I still have so many teams that I can throw in against this. Holy crap, dude. Let's throw this on you. You guys are fine. I also struggle on Imperial Trooper nodes. I mean, the nice thing is if you have SLKR, you can just do that. Oh gosh, did I just lock myself out of the game? I locked myself out of the game. I forgot he starts with damage immunity. Oh, we're good. That was 1 million damage, wasn't it? That was 1 million damage on this team. That's wild, bro. Leaving crew for last, you can milk up a lot of feats. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Last GAC. Ooh, I don't know what my overall record was. I think I was like 6-3. Well, we missed you, Squall. We definitely missed you, my friend, but welcome, my friend. It's good to see you here. What did what guy say, Squall? What are we referring to? Oh my gosh, my opponent. Is that what you're referring to, Squall? I haven't even looked since GAC. Yeah, he denied the chat. He denied the chat. Let's just leave the chat. Yeah, the 15 battles guy. Yeah, he didn't respond, unfortunately. I'm glad, Will. Overall, I think the best bang for buck one, the best one I loved. You said ignore it. But I think the SLKR bundle's the way to go. The SLKR bundle is like the best bundle we've ever gotten, and I miss it. I love that bundle. Now, that being said, I could, you know, I could see arguments for other things. I think probably if I had to choose one, Jabba. Because Jabba gives you the 3 like best and the 3 worst requirements for Jabba, and I love that so much. JML I feel like had way too many repeats to be good. Sith Eternals built into 2 different bundles, and one of the bundles I'm not a fan of because a lot of us have a lot of the characters relic from other bundles or other farms, and so not a big fan of that one. But Jabba feels real good, and so I'd probably say Jabba if you're cutting out SLKR. 1,122,100 damage from CLS. Frickin' wild. Weak spot, dude. Relic 9 lay to beat a Relic 8. I would say like 20% harder. You guys are fine. Wish Grand Inquisitor was this tanky outside of Conquest. Oh yeah, me too, my dude. Yeah, honestly, Max, I 100% agree. At what stamina level in Conquest do you stop using them and move on to a team with higher stamina? When they stop 3-starring ones. My general rule used to be 70%. My general rule was 70%. Nowadays, I have some teams that can go down to 0% fairly easily, and so it's usually just until they go down to whatever. Typically, I try to stick above 70% is my general rule, and that's with only like one refresh a day, essentially, is what I'm doing when I was way back then. But nowadays, I can afford to do a lot more. I've got a lot more teams to use, and you know, there's some teams like CLS where you can use them until you're out of stamina, and that's fine. Do it. Absolutely. It's a great team. Why not do that? So we going tomorrow. I'm back. So when's roster reviews? As soon as I'm out of energy. This is the last refresh, I promise. Oh gosh, we're gonna get to the point where we're killing off people by accident. Let's stun you. Or not. Let's just kill you. And kill you. And kill you. Hey, ADP, welcome, welcome. Yeah, he probably lost his mind. I'm not surprised. Yeah, all Conquest bosses, poor Cody still hits like a wet noodle. What makes JML so good in Conquest? All light side allies gain like these buffs, which is nice. Doubled for Jedi, obviously, but still nice that all light side allies gain it. And then inherited teachings. Gain Jedi lessons for 3 turns. Call target other light side ally to assist, dealing 90% less damage. Then they deal true damage to the target enemy based on 60% of Jedi Master Luke's base max protection, which can't be evaded. So, you know, you have that pesky feat where you're like, oh no, I need to get 10 kills with Seer. Well, I can go, you know, or we'll drop you, and then I could go Ufus, and I could throw in whatever level of Seer I have, and we could just call Seer to assist, and she'd get her kills. You get a taunting tank, you get Jedi Knight Luke to get a stun in there, you get Jedi Knight Revan to pass over to get that stun, and then you just have all of them call the other person to assist. You can also use this to cheese feats, for instance, like trying to get, you know, for instance, with the Seer one we used recently, you have to get accuracy up, and so it's just like, oh yeah, I can just keep calling Seer to assist, we just keep getting accuracy up, one battle we are done with getting accuracy up. And so it's just, it's so versatile in the ways that you can use it to cheese feats, and so that is why he is so good for Conquest, on top of just being a solid team in general in Conquest. So should I invest in the Beck team since I'm going for Mommy Mando, even though I don't have any Relic Galactic Republic Jedi? I mean, I can guarantee you it'll be a solid team. But like, I wouldn't say invest in it just because you have, Beck. If you have 0, if you're telling the truth here and you say that you have 0, I wouldn't worry about it. I would leave that for when you have the moment. So like, you know, you'll build that over time as you get like a Sith Eternal in your account. You're gonna get a Jedi Knight Anakin. You know, you'll build that over time in other farms. I wouldn't build it just out of nowhere. Yeah, no problem, Devin. I got 2 battles left. Ooh, you know what we haven't used that is absolutely disgusting with the build that we have? Gungans. Now, we're throwing them against Inquisitors, which is an actual counter to this team. Yes. So is this going to end well? Probably not. Does it matter? I don't care. Let's do it anyways. Because I want to see everyone die. Yeah, let's just hit this and see what happens. Beautiful. Beautiful. Stack on some more debts. I want to see these guys suffer. Perfect. And now just I love the Gungans in Conquest, dude. FF8? What's FF8? No, GL tickets are the only thing that don't get double drops. That and mod challenges. Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, I've never actually played any of the Final Fantasy games. Okay, and how long until we have? 44 seconds. Quick, someone tell me a story that takes 44 seconds so that way I can do my last battle. Come on, 44 second story. Quick, someone. That's wild, Soul. I just saw your message. My last opponent was 13.5 mil and had no GLs in defense. Tell us a funny story from work. A funny story from work? So I found out I was at work and there's this older lady who I end up talking to quite often because she's reading through the same book series that I'm reading through right now. And so we end up talking. Of course, she's reading a book and she's like 2/3 of the way through, and I'm about to lap her on my second read because I always reread something if I want to finalize my thoughts on it. And so I'm about to lap her, but we talk, and I don't give her spoilers, but then I get to, be there and, be like, yeah, isn't that freaking awesome? And talk about the different moments in the book. And it's been a lot of fun because I don't usually have people to talk to about books. And so, she's older. She's probably, like late 40s, maybe early 50s. Turns out, I found out yesterday, 3 of my other coworkers are her daughters. And I don't know what she's doing. I guess she's just populating the local Walmart with employees. But that was wild to find out that 3 of my coworkers were her daughters. So yeah, that was an interesting one to find out. What's the book? I've been reading the new Brandon Sanderson book, Wind and Truth. And so it just came out this was not last Saturday, but the Saturday before that. And I'm almost through it for the second time, and it's a 65-hour audiobook. That's how much I read, like how much I listen to audiobooks at jobs. So the new way to take over a company: do it yourself. Fine, I'll do it myself. Have you ever heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise? So that's an awesome book. It is. I really enjoyed it the first time. I have some problems with it. I would still give it like a 9 out of 10 as a book. It was phenomenal. I wouldn't say it's my favorite of the series, but I would say it's either 2 or 3 of 5. I fought a GL Ahsoka and they killed my GL Leia in less than a minute. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Is people are like, oh, Leia's just an instant encounter. I'm like, you haven't fought the new Datacron, and on top of that, they're scary. They are terrifying. My opponent took their Leia up against them and just died instantly. Like, it's not something where it's like, oh, this is just an easy dub, let me take care of this. Like, if they fix GL Ahsoka and the way she's supposed to work because she has pieces of her kit not working, she's going to be terrifying. Like, I don't know if they're actually going to fix her kit or if they're just going to delete the parts of the kit that need to be fixed just so that way they can be like working as intended, because like it's gross, bro. Did I win a membership? I mean, you were gifted a membership by, I believe, Yoder, maybe yesterday. Joshua Hernandez, welcome, my friend. Merry holidays to you. Can't go wrong with a Brandon Sanderson book. Yeah, I literally, in preparation for this book coming out, I read every single Cosmere book leading up to reading this one. There's only one that I didn't read. And so, yeah, I, like, in the last 2 months, what is that? That's Mistborn Era 1, Mistborn Era 2, then we have Arcanum Unbounded, Sunlit Man, Yumi the Nightmare Painter, all of the Stormlight Archive, Elantris, Warbreaker, I feel like I'm missing one or two. I didn't read Tress. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe I'm not missing anything. But yeah, so that's what, 16 books in the 2 months that I've worked at Walmart. And in that time, I also took the time to reread the Thrawn book by Timothy Zahn. And what was the other book that I read? I read one other book during that time. Like, I listen to books so much, dude, just because of the work that I do. I don't read in my free time. I just work jobs where I don't have to, like, pay attention. It's just manual labor for the last couple of years, and so I just listen to audiobooks during it. So... yeah, Tress is the only one I don't own right now, so... Hey, Devlinsky, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. I actually kind of do read in my own time when I have time. Like, for a while, I was reading a physical copy of one of Brandon Sanderson's books recently, but I don't have the time anymore. Not anymore. I did when I first moved here, but I don't anymore. So I haven't gotten back into reading that book. And I have a couple physical copies of other books that I need to read, and I just haven't gotten around to them. Like, I have some Star Wars books I still haven't finished that I own and stuff, and I just don't have the time. I would love to read physical books again. I would love to reread the Republic Commando books. Those were some of my favorites growing up, and some of the ones that upset me most, that when they got decanonized by George Lucas, actually, on those ones. Those weren't Disney. That was George Lucas being, awful. Oh, very cool, Ryrock. Yeah, we did a Q&A with him at FanX. Like, we went into his panel, and it was so much fun. Got to ask a question. Ooh. A book on the canceled sequel trilogy would be cool. Probably make more money than the Rise of Skywalker. My Jabba needs some Zetas. Yeah, here, let me add some. I'm trying. The Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. I read the first one. I really enjoyed the first one. It was a slow burn. I really enjoyed it, but then the second one seemed just as slow as the first one as the start, and that was painful to me because it took me forever to get into the first one. My uncle is telling me that I can skip right to the second trilogy because it doesn't have that much interaction with the first trilogy, and he likes that one better, and I'm tempted to. But I did really enjoy the first one, and I own the second one. I'll probably give it another chance very soon. Probably as soon as I finish Wind of Truth, I'm probably going to give it another go. Just because I'm looking for more books right now. I finished everything Brandon Sanderson recently, and I'm going to go start reading other books, and, it's a book I already own. So it's definitely probably going to be something that I have on my list. Yeah. Or as opposed to your old shift. I mean, dude, this current shift I'm working is 5 a.m. So I get to sleep in on this new job. I've been working 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it's been killing me, dude. Like, I'm not good at waking up in the morning. I sleep on the floor just so that way I can wake up, because once I go to sleep, I sleep like a rock. I do not move. It is so bad, and so I sleep on the floor to make myself uncomfortable so that way I can wake up in the morning. So, no, this job is going to be very nice, especially being 3 days a week. I'll actually be able to get sleep with content creation and everything. You guys will see an uptick in videos from me. You guys will see an uptick in overall just quality of the channel and everything. I'll have more time to do things. I'm very excited for this new job. Yes, it's just an hour later, but it's going to 3 days a week for now. and it's a job I've had before. Like, I don't know what it is about this job. This job's the easiest job I've ever had at Walmart, but it's just, I'm exhausted constantly just because of the 5 a.m. thing. I literally get off work and I fall asleep in my car for an hour every single day, and I hate it so much. Sunrise alarm might be useful for you. I'll look it up. It honestly probably won't, Coffee. If it's something that like becomes lighter. Yep. If it's something that brightens the room, you got to remember I'm from Alaska where we had like 24-hour sunlight. So like I got used to having the sun up while I slept. So I don't know if it's like brightness in a room, it might not actually help me at all, but I'm willing to check into it for sure. Okay, I am going to start the roster reviews the way that we do roster reviews. For those of you who don't know, we do it in order of number 1, people who have a $10 membership, number 2, those who super chat, and then of course, the best way to get a free roster review is to drop it in the Discord. We put in a message saying, at roster reviews live now. Anything after that is what we look at. If you put it in before I put that message in the chat, it will not be looked at. So make sure you reapply your message if you put it in already. And then after that, we look at the chat. It's been 9 months since we last looked at chat, so I doubt you're going to get one if you're in chat. Sadly, I do suggest Discord regardless if you're playing this game, just because Discord is the main engine of this community. So I do highly suggest getting Discord. Now, that being said, let me get the Discord link out for you guys once again, just so you guys can be ready to go. If I can type it in correctly. Oh my gosh, that's 3 tries so far. Let's try for 4. Nope, that's not right either, but this time I'm going to delete it and rewrite it. There we go. Goodness gracious. I just cannot type today. There's the Discord link for you guys. 3-pound bar of chocolate, dang. 9 inches by 18 inches, that's wild. What Lightspeed bundles are coming? I mean, the Wat Tambor Lightspeed bundle comes out tomorrow, and then we have these ones that came out today. And yesterday. Alarm clock radio. I'll have to look that up. It's also extremely loud. Interesting. How do I join the Discord? You just follow that link. Okay, and then for those of you who don't get a Discord, or don't get a Discord, my brain doesn't work today, guys. I'm like, dude, I'm just not sleeping. I cannot wait for the Damathon. I'm gonna get more sleep during the Damathon than I did during this job. Like, I am so tired, guys. I mean, you see what the difference is, right? So this one comes with your Imperial Troopers and Empire with the ship. This one comes with all of the Sith at Relic 7. Which Maul is required at Relic 4. Marauder's required at 7. Dooku's at 6. Sidious at 7. Vader's at 7. So you get all of them done. So... yes, there is a point, but unfortunately a lot of people have a lot of these relics, and so it makes it a lot less worth it. So, what state do I live in? I am in Utah. Technically a W Lightspeed bundle for now. Yeah. It is a solid, like, you get the entire GL Rex except for like 2 characters if you buy these 2. And if you bought the Gas Lightspeed bundle, you'll already have a Relic 3 Jedi Knight Anakin, so you'll just have to Relic 7 your Jedi Knight Anakin, and you'll have to Relic 6 your Thrawn, and then you're done with everything for Sith Eternal. That is a lot of money for a... Yeah, I'm not a fan of the price point for these. I've said that already. I can see purchasing this one for $25. It comes with a ship, it comes with this. I struggle with this one. Like, yes, it's good for those who don't have any of these characters, but like a lot of people have like a relics for these ones. $25 is a lot for these characters. The Relic 7 does make it a little bit more worth it, but overall this one I do find a little bit of problems too. Yes, it's still technically worth it. If you want a full breakdown, go watch Calvin Awesome's video. Nope, I got no idea, Ryrock. I mean, to be fair to Volinsky, all you need is a 4-star Watt, which almost everyone has at least a 4-star Watt Tambor. Like, for those of you who need proof that Watt Tambor is not that important for gear level, this is my Gear 6 Watt Tambor that's been this ever since I got him at 4-star. I have not brought him past Gear 6 since then. I used to run him with no mods. I put mods on him to boost my GP over 4 million GP. That's it. I don't think I've ever seen Point Break. There's a lot of classic movies that I haven't seen, and I need to watch them. Like, I don't even know what Point Break's about. I know the name of the movie and that several people have told me I need to watch it. Roster reviews I have not posted because I was making sure everyone got into the Discord first. I apologize. For those who will not get a roster review today, like, you know, if we run out of time, that type of thing, because we have about an hour more before I need to go, because I do need sleep before tomorrow, because we're going to wake up bright and early. 8 a.m. we're going to stream for you guys, and we're going to have a Christmas stream for those who don't have a place to go during the Christmas season. We'll provide a place for you guys to hang out here in the Beaver Dam. So look forward to that tomorrow. And then on top of that, we will be having a lot of family stuff for my side. So I'm going to stream in the morning, and then I'm immediately going to go see family. And then after that, I'm going to come home, go to sleep, and then we'll immediately start the Damathon the next day. So it's going to be a busy couple of days. So I've got about an hour. So don't watch the remake. You will be disappointed. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Let's start our engines, guys. Okay, I'm putting in the message right now. Anything after this message will be stuff we look at. Oh, sad Mark. You have me. You have me to spend Christmas with, my friend, and the whole Beaver Dam. Keep in mind, you guys are sending a message over a service, which means you have to send the message. The message then has to make it to me, meaning that there's a variable of your connection and my connection, which means my list may look different than yours. I am not skipping you. You are in the list. I am just basically going from top to bottom as it looks on my screen. The Beaver fam, exactly, Oopstead. One of these days I need to like just put a message out there in the Beaver Dam and get like a list of movies that people think I should watch. Finishing up Executor X, then moving to Jedi Knight Luke for Jabba and JML. Just bought Revan bundles. I'm working to gear them up. Malak Venton's in my future. Any thoughts? You don't necessarily need Zetas for the Revan event, but you do want to invest in your Sith Empire. This is one of those accounts that only bought like one of the bundles, right? Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure you weren't sleeping on a Zori team. Okay. Did Santa come yet? Unfortunately, I don't think Lightspeed bundles are gonna come for until what is it? The Lightspeed bundle won't come until I think midnight, maybe 1 o'clock for me. But really quick, just to show you guys, Santa's here in spirit. Okay, there's a Relic Bastila, there's a Relic Jolie. I kid you not, guys, these have been in my list to upgrade for 2 years. That's how long these characters have been sitting at Gear 12. 2 years. Honestly, longer, actually. They haven't been in my list longer than 2 years, because I only made that list 2 years ago. But I have had them at Gear 12 since I was about 7 months into the game. Which means it's been 3 years. 3 years and a month since I got those characters to Gear 12. That is how long I've had those characters at Gear 12, waiting for relics. It's amazing, guys. It's amazing. I now have 2 more plug-and-play Jedi to use. Bastila. Oh, and I have Juhani for the Starkiller Cron now. So, beautiful, beautiful. Santa has come to the Beaver Dam, my friends. Okay, here's the question, though. We're putting up a poll right here, right now, because we need to know. Okay, let's see, we need... Okay. Here's the real question. Not the one I want. There it is. Oh, if only I had an unlocked Balin, I could show him off. Is there a way to look at Balin without him being like fuzzy like that? Anyone know? Where's Balin? Balin. No, he's still fuzzy. Here, we'll bring up his kit reveal. There we go. There's a good picture of his character model. This is vitally important, guys. Okay, you guys have 1 minute to vote. Who is the real Swago Santa? Is it Krex or is it Balin's skull? Every time I see Balin in game, I immediately think of this. The Tim Allen Santa Claus 2 movie, where there's the plastic Santa. You guys know what I'm talking about? Every time I see Balin, this is immediately what I think of in game. I think there's a chance we'll explosions, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. It'll be at least after the next GL ship comes out. Unlock him? Oh yeah, good point. I'll just unlock him real quick. Jorus Kabaeth to be Swago Santa. Oh my gosh, dude. Jorus Kabaeth would be really cool to have in here. I gotta be honest. Okay, so it looks like Krex won 2-1 on Twitch. And it looks like on YouTube, Krex is winning too. Okay, I guess Krex is Santa Claus. It's official, guys. It's official. Krex is Swago Santa. Okay. Balin isn't jolly enough. Okay, so here's the thing. You shouldn't be in Carbonite. And usually the reason someone's in Carbonite with a roster like this is they don't have a wide enough roster to play with. Like, you should be out of Carbonite very quickly. And so I think, honestly, building out your Sith Empire and building out your Jedi is going to be a solid thing with your Lightspeed bundles, and getting yourself some good, solid teams. And so, honestly, I would take the time to build out your Jedi Knight Revan and your Darth Revan before moving forward, because, Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan is what pushed me into Bronzium way back when, and then I got Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and then that was what pushed me into, like, Chromium. So, like, I think you have a really solid start to a roster. I think building out some teams is not going to be a bad thing whatsoever. And I think Darth Revan's one of the best teams, both defensively and offensively, at this area of the game that you're in. So I would like to see you finish building those. Most accounts, it kind of just depends on where you're at. On top of that, you're looking at JML as your next GL, which means you're going to need the Jedi Knight Revan Relic anyways to go with JML. So I think it's a great idea to work on, and I think you should take the time to work on it, my friend. And even if you're going for Jabba next, which, I mean, if you have all the Lightspeed bundles, probably Jabba will be first. You're still looking at getting a Jedi Knight Luke, and Jedi Knight Revan with Jedi Knight Luke is an amazing team that can beat a bunch of teams, including SLKRs that you see on defense. So, Death, welcome, welcome, my friend. Now, who's Mrs. Claus? Didn't we establish that that's Map Master? We just, we showed the image there for a second. Yeah, right there. Yeah, it's Map Master. Merry Christmas, Navs. What about Old Ben as Swago Santa? I don't know. Old Ben, I just don't feel like has the beard for it. Hold on. Jedi. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't have the beard for it. I could see it though. Like, I could see him dressing up as Santa, you know? What's the 3v and 5v5 comps for Jedi Knight Revan or Darth Revan? Oops, dead. Darth Revan. I mean, 5v5, you're looking at Darth Revan, Darkside Bastila. For now, HK, because you have a Relic HK from the Lightspeed bundles. Don't invest any Zetas in HK. I'm begging you. Please don't. They look cool. They aren't. Then Malik, and then Sith Marauder from your Sith Eternal bundle, or Sith Marauder from farming it normally. And then Sith Empire Troopers, your other fifth, to replace HK. And then both of those characters are obviously, they're both pilots, as well as they basically are the best plug and play Sith characters. They will always have a home no matter where you go in your roster. So there are a couple of those characters that are off the beaten path, but they'll always have a home. So Darth Talon, I struggle with Darth Talon as an option ADP. I struggle with Darth Talon as an option. I get why people do it. I don't like the fact that Darth Talon gets no benefits from Sith Empire lead. Darth Revan does not give any benefits to her. Additionally, I am not a fan of the fact that the whole team loses 50% critical damage. Where's Darth Revan? Sith Empire. If all allies Sith Empire at the start of the battle, Sith Empire allies have 50% critical damage. I hate the fact that I'm losing out on that, and I hate the fact that I'm using a character that doesn't fall under the lead. I'd rather have Talon with my Traya. Yeah, I much prefer her with Traya. So I would not use Talon with unless you're like you really desperately need a fifth, or you're like looking at a team and you're like, I really need to outspeed that, and you're willing to give up that 50% crit damage. Sure. The reason the HK isn't very good with him is because none of his kit really actually does that much with him. Obviously, you know, he's made for Darth Revan. Here, let's go to HK. Droid. So, like, you know, for each debuffed enemy you get hit twice. Inflict tenacity down. Doesn't really matter. Most of your abilities are basically auto applications in this team anyways. Each Jedi enemy, ooh, I don't know. It's just anti-Jedi synergy doesn't really matter nowadays because we're going against a wider array. Back then, Jedi Knight Revan was the meta. You know, you wanted anti-Jedi. You know, 100% more damage against Jedi. Ooh. It resets cooldowns if they have Death Marker Fear. Just his stuff is just supremely okay. He's not anything special on the team. He doesn't add that much to the team. And then as soon as you get Malgus, he's no longer able to be used with the team because he doesn't have a Sith tag. And that's the problem, is like investing in him now is not going to get you anything later. Investing in Marauder now gets you a Sith Eternal requirement. It gets you a Marauder for the B-28 Extinction Class Bomber. Sith Empire Trooper gets you Sith Empire Trooper for the fleet. Gets you a perfect plug-and-play pre-taunting tank for any Sith team. This character just falls off immediately, and so that's why we don't care about HK47 as much as I love the character and would love them just to add a Sith tag. If they just added a Sith tag, I'd find a home for him. I don't care if he's subpar. I'd still find a home for him just because I love the character. But here we are. Iron Deer. How much is it? I don't know if it's showing up just because... Oh, no. There's Malgus. Oh, there's Bane. Okay. $30 for 45 shards. If you really want to purchase Bane, this isn't a bad thing. But on the flip side, for $30 you could be purchasing the Conquest Pass Plus and be getting a additional refresh of every single Proving Ground node, not just Bane, which is, 40 shards a month. I don't know. I couldn't justify this personally. Now, if Bane is your PP and you have some disposable income, maybe you're 45 shards away from finishing him and you really can't wait 2 months. I don't know. I just my Death Order 2 with HA can kill SLKR with 2 tanks. I have no need to lie. That's the thing, is random people on the internet have plenty of need to lie. If you can point me to a GAC that you've done recently, I will go look at your GAC and show it on stream 100%. But like, there's so many people who are like, yeah, I beat, this thing all the time with this, and then you look at the data and there is zero data to back what they're saying. That's why I said, if he's a PP, he's a PP. Go for him. He's going to be one of the best things that could ever happen to anyone's roster. But, like, it's not worth the $30, in my opinion. Ooh, is the data up? That is an excellent question. Let's check real quick, because that was hilarious. Grand Arena... The data in. The data is in. Oh my gosh. Okay, really quick. I'm sorry, guys. I know we're doing roster reviews, but I need to know this. Okay, so I did terribly. 1,716. And so I was like, our opponent's going to destroy us. Hopefully Ahsoka Tano holds. And I was just really depressed. And then Ahsoka Tano got one-shotted, and I was like, okay, now I'm more depressed. And then Zori just kept getting holds. And we sat there for an hour just watching them get hold after hold on Zori. We got 15 holds on Zori, so we need to know. Okay, so he took JML JKCK against Rey and lost the first time. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren he used against my Zeta-less Jabba. Makes sense. Traya he took against Reva, and Traya died. Interesting. Okay, then he took in Gas to try and clean up my my Rey, my Uwu Rey, and would you look at that, they lost against it. I love the Uwu Rey. It's so much fun. I love this team. It's great. Use CLS to finish off the Uwus. He used Reva against Qui-Gon Jinn. Bo-Katan against Dash Rendar. Dude, he mirror matched the Dengar Kron. Like, literally, like, play for play, except for, like, the Embo and the Django. This is a mirror match. That's wild. That is so interesting. That's so interesting. Yeah, the Reva's, wherever it is, the Reva with the Traya, it's definitely the death mark that was what killed her off. Yeah, we've almost had that happen. Used Amalgus versus Enoch. I don't really care about ships because I have garbage fleets. Used his Leviathan on a home one, bro. Oh, gosh. Okay. That's a Leia versus a Gas. That's a Leia versus a Gas. Oh my gosh. That's a Leia versus a Gas. There we go. Okay, I'm impressed. This team actually typically it times out on Ahsoka Tano. JMK versus Ahsoka Tano, this usually times out. I'm curious if they like. I'd love to see this happening. I would love to see that battle. So Gas is scary. Gas is easy. Okay. Sith Eternal Emperor lost against Gungans, guys. Is there a place that I can sit or I'd be more out of the way? There we go. How's that? Is that better? Let's go right there. I might get cut off if I move this way, but hey, we'll call it good. Okay, so Sith Eternal versus Gungans and lost. Which makes sense. I mean, Sith Eternal's not great against Gungans, I gotta be honest. Darth Bane versus Gungans to finish it off. So there goes his Darth Bane. Oh, gosh. And then General Grievous versus Zori was his first battle. He retreated, right? He retreated. Next up was Jedi Knight Revan. And people are like, Jedi Knight Revan's an easy counter. To be fair, he didn't use Jedi Knight Luke, but Jedi Knight Revan is still a pretty good counter for this. And bro, it lasted only a minute. Okay, next up, he used Bad Batch 40 seconds. Oh, this is amazing. Oh. Oh, gosh. Ultra Shuri dropped the incense. Oof. Yeah, this is Diabolical Cuppy. I agree. Okay, next up was... What is this? Do you guys see that? That's a Wampa on an Iden team. Oh my gosh. Why do you think his Jedi Knight Revan went so poorly? I think it's just because of how modded my my Finn team is. This Finn team, my Resistance Zero Finn's already super blazing fast, and then with this Kron, the special ability gain 15% turn meter is a nightmare. The only time I've lost Jedi Knight Revan against this team has been with this Kron. The 15% turn meter is a nightmare to deal with. I hate it with all my heart, and so I put it on my own defense, you know. Wampa is an elite trooper, what do you mean? Gosh. Yeah, he was kicking himself over using Leon gas. You're not wrong. Okay. Ooh, 39 seconds. We got a Vader team. Is that a Krennic Omicron? He has a Krennic Omicron? Wild. Trench. Hey, Trench lasted longer. Well, Trench lasted a fair amount of time, a minute 30 seconds. That's not awful. It is a garbage Trench team, though. That's Trench with Geos. Next up was Padme, 54 seconds. And what is this Padme team? Krex, Dash, Cody, Eth Koth. What is this guy doing? A full shorty team. Also, that lasted a fair amount of time. That's fair. That's fair. New Padme meta. Chief Chirpa. I'm surprised it lasted a minute. I gotta be honest. Phasma. Bosk with bounty hunters. Dang, they would have been faster too. Why didn't he use Aura Singh lead? This team would have been faster than mine. Assuming that he has good mods, of course. This team would have been much faster than mine. Yeah, he didn't retreat yeah, you're right. So he preloaded right here. That explains this one. Okay, so he's not faster in this. He preloaded it, and so at this point, this dies immediately. This is the one where we got super sad because we saw this happen where he got Finn down to here, and I'm like, oh no, but the moment they hit Finn, he jumps back up to full banners. And then sure enough, as we watched, it jumped back up to full banners. Oh, it timed out on Emphas Nest. It timed out on Emphas Nest. And he was just like, well, that's all my teams. Merry Christmas, Ghost. Yeah, it's a rote requirement, sleep. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, like you guys are asking like how does he have this many teams? Let me just show you his collection. Like he has it all. Every opponent we go against has everything at this point. They all just have this is me. Sorry. Hold on. Let me go to him. Sorry, my bad. I'm losing my mind over here. Gak, where is he? Geo, whatever his name is. Go to him. Look at this. He has everything. He has it. You know, he's missing very little. He has all 3 GL ships. Like he has Mommy Mandalore. He has everything. These are the people that I faced in GAC. Why I'm able to stay in Kyber 3 with the squish as it is, I have no idea. That's why he lost. His Hondo isn't worked on at all. I have to get my Zori team faster, WTF. Still my favorite so far. My favorite hold I've ever gotten with Zori is an SLKR. Zori killed an SLKR, and I have never been more proud of my Zori team. Dengar mirror matches are bugged. Is that why they added the addendum in Ahsoka Tano's in her Datacron that says this cannot trigger other enemies bonus turns? May the force be with you as well, and Merry Christmas. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow. If not, we are streaming for 4 days straight, starting on the 26th. We'll be doing a subathon, if you know what that is. So, interesting ADP. Gotta cook it, Carbonite. Yes, we're going back to roster reviews, yes. We're not gonna do a ton of them tonight, because I need sleep. But yes, we will be doing some roster reviews. Dengar Kron says it can't trigger, but it did when Wolfie played it. Just recently unlocked Jedi Knight Luke. Currently pushing to finish Ray Rex, and then we'll start towards finishing JML or C Rex. Armiser, are you still here, my friend? Happy Life Day to you too, Michael. Yes, I need you so bad. Merry Christmas to you, Joseph. Okay. Armiser, just recently unlocked Jedi Knight, currently pushing to finish Ray Rex, and then I'll start towards finishing JML or C after these 3 GLs, thinking Executor, Jabba, Leia. Definitely need to work on mods, finish fleets in the future. My eyes hurt, dude. I am so tired. There's a reason I passed out right before the member stream, and I still feel real bad about that. Is there a reason you're not doing Java first? Like, yeah, sure, Ray's close, go for it, but why JML before Java? Relic up tunes. You need a Relic 8 Boba. You need a Relic 6 Ara Singh, I think. Relic 7 Fennec Shand. I mean, it's not that much. Not that much over JML. Maybe I'm crazy. I guess you already have the Relic 6 Chewbacca's. You have the Relic 5 Lando from the Lightspeed bundle. You have a Relic 7 R2D2 to do. Is that your last requirement? It's just a Relic 7 R2D2? Or R8 mass is what gets me not pushing Jabba? Or what guild are you in? Are you in a guild that's doing Naboo? Rogue 7, R2, and JKL. Yeah, you get 3rd crate. So you should be getting plenty of Relic 8 materials. Like, since I've gotten into a guild, I've never had really a problem. Let's see. Relic 62nd. Yeah, Electrum conductors do take a lot. You're not wrong. You do it through the Discord, my friend. Just type in !Discord and it'll pop up with the link. Okay, you need to work on mods. You need to finish fleets. Okay, let's take a look at your fleets. I want to kind of confirm what I'm looking at before I give my final thoughts on the roster. Okay. Here's what I'm worried about, my friend. I think this is going to be a common problem among most Lightspeed bundle rosters. I think especially with this new wave of how many Lightspeed bundles have come out, all of a sudden you're a ball hair away from 17 different GLs, and that's great. I love the fact that you're a ball hair away from 17 GLs. That's amazing. But, and it's a very large, very round, very nice but, you need to finish some stuff, my dude. If you are just farming new stuff over and over again to put into your account and you're just going from shiny thing to shiny thing, you're going to harm your account more than help. The fact that your ships don't have a single tank, you don't have a Hyena Bomber, you don't have an Echelon here, you don't have a BTLB here, like you'll have a Rebel Y-Wing because you bought a Lightspeed bundle, so like that, at least you have this fleet done. You know, your fleets, you need to start working on BTLB Y-Wing. You need to be working on the Echelon. You need to be working on those on the side because those are not something that's like, you know, you need to put work into. Like, you don't need to relic a character for them. You just need to farm the ship. It's going to take you 6 months. If you wait 6 months to do it and then start, it's going to be a year before you have good fleets. You can't afford to wait that. You really can't. Devin, as a side note, if you're ever feeling powerless, just keep in mind one of your ball hairs can shut down an entire restaurant. Anyways, not that you should. I am not condoning any action, but just fun fact. Anyways, this is something I'm really worried about with a lot of these Lightspeed bundle ones, and that's why we talked about Saber. So solos and side projects first. You focus down, you know, the solos that you can get, Relic Darth Vader, you know, the characters that can solo a team, and then you work on the side projects because they need to start now. You need to work on your tanks. They need to happen now for your fleets. Otherwise, it's gonna take 6 months from whenever you start, and I'd rather that 6 months be starting now versus 6 months to a year from now and you're still suffering in your fleets, but you have a lot of cool characters. Please start working on them now. That's one of the big problems I'm going to see in a lot of these Lightspeed bundle accounts that are early on, is just a lack of working on the stuff that you currently have. That being said, you're going for JML, then Sith Eternal and Rey because they're the easy route. You're trying to get shiny things over and over again. You're not going to have the Zetas for those. You haven't even finished the Zetas on your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And I get wanting to get all of these characters done. I really do. But as you said, you need mods. You need mods. Which means you need to focus down on Jabba, because Jabba will help improve your mod quality immensely. Yes, it's going to take you a little bit longer to get. That's fine. That gives you plenty of time to get some more Zetas into your roster, push them into Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, get some saved up for Jabba. Don't feel bad about taking it slow. Stop using your energy for like farming, you know, stuff and farming, you know, hey, I'm going to farm you know, Chirotechs. Go farm the shards you need for ships. Go farm the stuff that needs to fit into this roster to make sure that the roster's actually doing good. If you need to start dropping some of your energy and putting it into mod farming energy, do that. Throw it into Cantina energy. Do not go from farm to farm. It's really easy to get a whole bunch of GLs in your roster and then have a whole bunch of worthless characters that you can't get their ults done. So that's kind of what I'm worried about here. Yeah, we can do you next, Dope Man. Just remind me as soon as I'm finishing up with this one, because I know I have forgotten a couple times before when people say that. So, like Jabba gives you a ton of mod materials. He doesn't require any Zetas to get through his event, which is super nice. You know, JML is going to be solid. I mean, he's in the Rebel Trinity and all of that. But then like getting Rey, getting Sith Eternal, I honestly think you should wait. I think you should wait. You should build out your teams, you know, take some time. If you want to work on something, work on your fleets heavily. Look at getting yourself a Executor, a Profundity. They don't require Zetas. They just require you work on ships and work on characters. And so those are the farms that I would suggest for an account like this, that you're sitting here, because like you're just going to be so far behind on so much that trying to go from farm to farm, you're going to keep going. You're going to go, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, and you're not going to make any forward momentum, and you're going to be like, I'm getting all these cool characters, why can't I move forward? You need to take a second. Zeta on Gamorrean Guard, I believe, is a free Zeta that everyone got, isn't it? Same with the Cursantin Zeta. It's a free Zeta everyone got that bought the Lightspeed bundle. Same with the Tuscan Chieftain. But anyways, yeah, so take a deep breath. Please do not go crazy. I want to see a offensive GL and a defensive GL in here. So SLKR and Rey, sure. SLKR and Jabba, better, much better. I would like to see an SLKR and a Jabba. Now, if you want to go for the JML, sure. I don't think it's going to be that far for you. Obviously, you're only 2 characters away. So yeah, sure. Plus JML works without Zetas. Jabba works without Zetas. SLKR, you have a couple Zetas in him. He's at least functional. Those 3 can work without Zetas. Rey doesn't really work without Zetas. You can't do her ultimate without Zetas. You know, Sith Eternal doesn't do anything for your roster, basically. Like, yeah, he's an offensive GL, but you're going to have to get an ult into him. You're going to have to get Zetas into him. He is a high investment, I'm going to say a high investment, low return on investment GL overall. Whereas Jedi Master Luke, Jabba, high investment, high yield, you're good. Happy. So, yes, I would say yes to those. Please do not go for Rey. Please do not go for Sith Eternal for now. Please take your time. Go for the Executor. Go for the Profundity. It'll give you the time to build up some of this other stuff. Get some Zetas into your roster. And please do not just keep going after shiny thing after shiny thing. But I do highly suggest Jabba as one of either your next or your second to next. If this was my roster, I would finish my JML and I finish my Jabba, and then I would take a break from GL farming for about 3 months, and I would fix up my roster, make sure I've got all of my stuff built up, be working on my mods, dumping more energy into my mods, into my signal data, getting my fleets into gear, because your fleets are in desperate need of tanks. So that's what I would be focusing on. Yes, free, Armiser. Yes, you're completely correct. It's free. So essentially, when it comes to newer characters and reworked characters such as Gamorrean Guard, they started adding Zetas on level 7 abilities, and then the level 8 abilities are the Omicron. Whereas older characters, it was always there's level 8 abilities that are Zetas, and then when they'd add an Omicron, it would be afterwards, and so it would be a level 9 ability for the Omicron. And because of this, you end up with getting, because they said in all Lightspeed bundles they give all abilities at level 7, you end up with a couple Zetas on the newer characters. And so Cursantin, Tuscan Chieftain, those characters do get a Zeta because they're some of those newer characters that get the level 7 Zeta and then the level 8 Omicron. So that's why that happened to Valinsky. Is Ray okay without Ben Solo? Yeah, she's great without Ben Solo. I mean, Ben Solo only reduces the like win rate of counters by like 10%. Like, he's still great, and he's great especially for offense and conquest and that type of thing. But like Ray without Ben is still going to be a great defensive team. It's still really solid. Yeah, a JMK without Cat is a expensive paperweight. Gas can beat that Havoc. Freya Savage team to full relics. Heck yeah. On to Glat. Always be farming Jabba. Yes, always be farming Jabba. Mara hanging out. Yeah, Mara really needs to go out soon, so we're gonna be ending stream very soon. Yeah, 100% Devlincy. I agree. But yeah, hopefully that helps you, Armiser. And honestly, I wanted to take the time and explain this to you because it's not going to be your account only. I know that there are 80 people watching this stream. There's actually probably 100 people if we count both sides. I was just looking at YouTube just now. But, you know, there's 100 people watching here, and I bet you at least 20 of them are in the same boat as your roster. And so, like, I wanted to take a moment and I wanted to explain, you got to be careful because it is going to feel like, ooh, a piece of candy. Like, people fall into this trap when they don't have all the Lightspeed bundles, where they, like, I got a buddy, we're gonna air out some fun stuff. I just found out about this and it hurts my soul. I've got a buddy, it's the guy who got me into this game, who, he has like everything in the game, but none of it is finished. Holy shiz, ADP, coming in with the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, my friend. Styphenic Dobie, Brett Moore, Skydies, Mist Fusion, Stolas, Rexy, Momi, Billy English, Nafe. Welcome to the damn elite, my friends. Thank you so much for the generosity, ADP. And I promise, hand over my heart, with all the words in my chest on the grave of my mom that's not dead, we will play X-Wing versus TIE Fighter on the Damathon stream the 26th through the 29th. I don't know when it will be exactly, but I promise that we will play it. I will download it tonight and we will play it. I have been meaning to play it for so long, and we are going to do it. Whatever I got to promise on, you name it, and I will promise it on there. But thank you so much, my friend. I heard the mod event is kind of hard to 3-star. I don't know, honestly. I would prioritize Bosch Leia's Zeta first, and then probably Jabba's lead or his unique next, and then his second special and his basic are the next two. I've never played it, Soul, but he donated like literally probably 10 months ago for me to purchase it, and I purchased it, and I just haven't played it, and I feel so bad for that. But it was during an era where I was trying out different Star Wars games on stream, and it was failing, and so I stopped doing it because I didn't want to ruin my analytics for Galaxy of Heroes, so that way we could air out some grievances. Yes, Ryrock, we're right back to it. But yeah, so sorry, it's ADHD, guys. You guys are getting me so off topic. Holy crap. Yes, we'll play some Marvel Rivals during the Damathon. In fact, Marvel Rivals is right there. Like, I have it downloaded, and I've been meaning to try it, and I just haven't. Because people have been telling me it's amazing. Anyways, just to give you crap about it. Fair enough, ADP. Guess getting me so off topic. ADHD's getting to me. What Lightspeed bundle are you waiting for? There aren't any that I really need anymore. I'm at a point where it doesn't matter to me anymore. Every Lightspeed bundle I could have hoped for or could have wanted has come out, and I no longer want more because now it's just going to be pissing people off, and I'm worried for where they're going with it. The only other one that I could think of that I would want to see for new players is an Executor Lightspeed bundle, but with the Punishing one, I doubt we're ever going to get that. Lightspeed bundle we're waiting for. Wat Tambor comes out tomorrow. It was more of a meme title than it was an actual serious question or anything for the title. Thoughts back. Okay. Guy who got me into the game. Thank you. Sorry. ADHD, bro. ADHD. Okay. So you're falling into this trap of going for a new thing. The guy who got me into the game, we just started talking this week because we haven't talked in a couple months, as guys do, where you don't talk for a couple months and then you immediately start talking and you're right back to where you're at, because that's what guys do. Talk to him, and turns out like he has a Seer Malicos team. His Malicos is Relic 1 and his Seer's Gear 12. He has like most of the GLs. He hasn't finished the relic levels on them. You know, he has all these teams and he just hasn't finished any of them. You know, his Zori's still at gear 13, no relic levels. And I'm like, dude, you gotta take a break and like finish this stuff. You're getting so much things that are so nice for your account, but you're not taking your time to finish them. And so you're ending up getting much less holds, and you're ending up stunting your overall growth because you keep going like, ooh, a shiny thing, I want that. And that's really bad. And so like regular players who are not like Lightspeed bundle players that have been playing for years still fall into this trap and constantly fall into this trap. And I don't want to see every Lightspeed bundle player falling into this trap, because it'll get you to a point where it'll feel like you're not making progression, even though that you're doing some amazing stuff by getting some really decent GLs and really good stuff into your roster. I don't want to see you quit the game because you feel like you're not making forward progress because you didn't take the time to finish what you have before moving on to next projects. So this is something that I'm going to make a video about this next week. I say this next week, but I'm streaming basically all of the rest of this week. So yeah, next week I will be making a video. Like beginning of January, it's going to be a video, I'm sure. Maybe we'll make it during the Damathon and I'll whip up the thumbnail during the Damathon with you guys. I don't know. But this is something that I feel like needs to be talked about. Finish your farms. Please, 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 please do not just keep going from Lightspeed bundle to Lightspeed bundle. I get that it looks like a great idea and it looks cool, looks important, looks very promising, but I need you to finish your side projects. I need you to finish your tanks. I need you to take your time. Going for the GL ships is an excellent way of taking your time, because it gives you that time to build up those Zetas that you know you don't have a home for. You don't have a place. You don't have the time to build Zetas, because Zetas are not something we can whale for. Like, yes, right now there's some stuff that you could whale for to get Zetas. Are you really going to sit here and tell me that you don't have the gifting menu, that $100 is worth 30 Zetas? Are you going to sit there and tell me that? Like, the Zetas are still one of the worst things to whale for in the game. Always have been, always will be. We probably won't see a Zeta Lightspeed bundle the moment it comes out. Everyone is purchasing it in the game. We know that for a fact. But like, Zetas have been impossible to farm for as long as time has been around. And so there's no good way of, you know, taking your time other than focusing on some little projects. Maybe take a break, go for some journey guide characters. Do not go from big thing to big thing. Go for things that are going to be low investment, high yield. There's a reason that we brought up the whole Saber idea. So make sure that you're working on those side projects. Please, please do not get lost in the sauce, bro. I get it. The Lightspeed bundle sauce is that beautiful bell sauce that Taco Bell just released with their chicken nuggets. It is delicious. It is amazing. It's new. It's cool. But also, you don't want to get lost in the sauce, dude. You don't want to go there every day and waste every single paycheck you ever have. So, am I still doing roster reviews? Kind of, Mark. Kind of. Sounds good, Justin. I just hit the guys. That's something I've gotten their input already. Not even 5 minutes. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. I know a lot of you have gotten close to your roster reviewed, and then you haven't been able to get it. That is part of the reason we're doing the Damathon. I'm going to be honest, is 4 days of streaming with you guys is going to allow me to do tons of roster reviews. And we can, you know, make sure that we are very focused on getting roster reviews done. In fact, this Damathon isn't during Grand Arena, so we're not even going to have Grand Arena to play. We're going to have Conquest to play each day. And besides that, we're going to have plenty of time to play Star Wars Jedi Survivor and do roster reviews. And that's basically it. We're just going to be playing little fun games and roster reviews. So I promise this week, everyone that possibly I can do, we'll try to get you a roster review this week. I'm going to be doing roster reviews tomorrow for Christmas morning. I already did my Conquest today, so we're going to have plenty of time. So yes, I know that a lot of you are, you've gotten close. We have a lot of people to go through, and we go through as many as possible. But this week is going to be like the big week for roster reviews. If you are looking to get a roster review, I promise you're probably going to get it. Like 99.9% chance that you will get a roster review this week, especially because we've done a lot of roster reviews recently, and so those people don't need another roster review. It's been a week, and so you guys will have roster reviews. Farmer Jack, welcome to the damn community. So but yeah, Armizer, thank you for providing a example and something that we could talk about. I apologize, everyone, that took so long. All we're gonna have time for, because I do really need to take out Mara. She is giving me those eyes, and like she keeps sitting next to the door and staring at me. I get it. She needs to go out. She hasn't been out in a while. So I do need to go soon, but Dope Man is redeeming his member roster review. Tomorrow we'll pick up in at 8 a.m. for me, which is going to be 10 hours from right now. So 10 hours from right now, we'll pick up at 8 a.m. We'll have a Christmas roster review stream. So we'll be hanging out here in the Beaver Dam, giving you guys a nice place to hang out with the Dam fam on Christmas. And we will do some more roster reviews. So be there or be square. If you have plans on Christmas, it's fine. On the day after Christmas, starting at 8 a.m. once again, we will be streaming for 4 days straight, as long as we can keep it going. So keep an eye out for that. I promise, guys, roster reviews are coming. I apologize, guys, but there's only so much time I can spend. I'm only one guy with ADHD. I apologize for getting distracted. That's usually why we use our timer, but you will get a roster review this week, I promise. Yes, people can learn that they can buy Lightspeed bundles to save time in the future. They don't have to become immediate projects now. Yes, there's a reason that I keep telling people to put gas off. 100%. For those of you who are needing roster reviews and want to get a roster review in the next couple of days, as we're doing all these roster reviews over the next, until basically New Year's, make sure you go to channels and roles and click this button right here. It'll give you the roster review role, which means that every time that we go live with roster reviews, you will be notified. You can just click it to get rid of it when you get your roster review, so then you don't have to be bothered until you need another roster review, and you click it again and you'll get that tag once again. During the Damathon, we will be doing things where basically I'll do roster reviews for a couple hours, and then I'll need a break for an hour or two. We'll go play Conquest or go play Star Wars Jedi Survivor. We'll go make a meal or something like that, and then we'll come back to roster reviews. So I'll be pinging this multiple times throughout those streams, because I do get a headache after looking through rosters for 2 to 3 hours. It is really rough because it is mentally taxing. And so I will be taking breaks throughout that stream. Obviously, we'll continue streaming and doing other things, but I will take breaks. So if you want the best chance at getting a roster review, 99.9% chance you're getting one this week, make sure you click this button. Okay, let's jump into Dope Man real quick. And then we will jump into more tomorrow. Is that the Scream Ghost throwing it back, Battle Beavers? Is that what that is? Yeah, that is literally the Scream Ghost throwing it back. Okay. That's a beautiful emoji. I wonder what channel that came from. Okay. Where's your ally code? You threw it in here somewhere. There it is. Okay. But yeah, oh, and for you, Justin, there is a section in the Discord, and it's labeled roster reviews. And so this is where you put it. What we do is we put out a message, and then as soon as we put out that message, anything after that is what we try to look at. And we just go first come, first serve. Okay. Anything you see I need to bring up while waiting for shards for Balin and Ahsoka? Okay, first things first, let's check your Hut Cartel. Relic 7, okay, solid. Your fleets are the next thing I want to look at. Oh, Jedi Knight Revan, I do suggest the Relic 5. Having that at Relic 4 is like it'll still do most of what you want, but you've seen it. He's squishy. I do suggest the Relic 5. Like I know it sounds like it wouldn't make that much of a difference. It does make a hefty difference. Find myself. I need Nihilus. Nihilus for sure, my dude. Oh, you obviously need a Relic 9 this character. Why is this Gear 12? Gear 12 halfway to Gear 13 looks like you thought it was Rebel Scout and you accidentally started working on it. What is this? Like, yeah. Is that what that is? Is that what it is, Dope Man? Okay, that makes more sense, Dope Man. Okay, so here's the couple things that I'd like to see. You know, I'd love to see the Jedi Knight Revan to Relic 5. I'd love to see the Nihilist to Relic 5. I would also love to see this brought up. If you're looking for a side project, like, this is a fantastic character you have sitting at the bottom of your roster that is honestly one of my favorite plug and plays that's so helpful in so many different ways. You can use this to do better against, you know, SLKR in 3v3. You can use this with Sith Eternal. You can use this with SLKR. You can use this with basically anyone. I love this character as a plug and play viable character, and so honestly, I'm surprised to see an Armorer down that far in your roster. So our Armorer is definitely one that I would consider because of the plug and play viability. Now I have an excuse. Yes, use me as an excuse. If your guild's like, why the F would you do Armorer? Or your wife comes up to you and is like, dude, an Armorer? Really? You'd be like, hey, the Beaver told me to do it. Go talk to him. Go yell at him. I will happily accept the yelling at. Such a great character. I love this character. And also, her fight scene in season 1 is freaking dank. And I wish they would hire that stunt double more for more things, because she's the one that did Ahsoka in season 7 of Clone Wars, as well as that scene with the Armorer. Like, bro, they just need to hire her on as a permanent stunt double for anything Star Wars. So good. Beautiful. Amazing. Anyways. I know that doesn't matter to you, Dope Man, because you've never watched Star Wars, but yeah, Armor, Darth Nihilus, and Jedi Knight Revan are the 3 that I'm seeing right now. Like, of course, you can take, like, Starkiller to Relic 7, Relic 8, and it's gonna make, like, the counters more stable, and he's super fun and, like, a fun character in the game. So, like, there's some characters here that you could take up to higher Relic levels that are gonna be nice. Like, you could take your Piet up to Relic 9, since there's a lot of problems with, you know, the Punishing One's punishing the fleet meta, so like taking up a Piet to Relic 9 isn't going to be a bad option either. So there's definitely some stuff to look at. Take a look at your fleets and that kind of thing, but immediately the first three things I saw were Jedi Knight Revan, Nihilus, and Armor. So at 339 speed, and she can support C. Oh yeah, I use her on C most of the time. She's so good with C. And 3v3, just having like a Sith Eternal, her, and a Geonosian Brood Alpha that's like, you know, an easy JMK counter. Hey. Jeff. I know, I'll take you out in just a moment. Sweet. Are you doing roster reviews, DJ? The answer is yes, but also no. I am finishing up for the night, and I apologize for that. But I do got to get going because I need to get some sleep. I haven't been having much sleep lately, but tomorrow we are starting bright and early at 8 a.m. So 10 hours from right now, we will be starting a stream, and we'll be streaming Christmas Day and hanging out with the damn fam, my friend. Yes, Merry Christmas, my friends. I do definitely got to get going. Big thank you to those who've contributed to the Beaver Dam. You guys are amazing. For those who wish to contribute and to help out, I appreciate anything and everything that you guys do, but I do want to encourage you to wait for the Damathon. We do have a Damathon going on starting the day after Christmas, and the way that Damathons work is we start with a base timer, and then every time someone subscribes, every time someone buys a membership, every time someone donates, we increase the timer, and we're going to try and go for 4 days straight of streaming, taking only breaks to sleep. You guys will watch me make dinner on stream. You know, we'll sit there and talk about random fun anecdotes while I make dinner, you know, that type of thing. And we are trying to contribute to the Beaver Dam getting a new PC, because our PC's been starting to stutter on streams, and so we will build that on stream with you guys just for fun if we make it to the point where we can make a PC build. Big thanks to our damn sugar daddy Rain, coming in at the 250 this month. He's been crazy generous. Thank you so much, Rain. You are amazing. For our damn best members, you always have a home on the end screen. So current or former damn best members, you guys are amazing. I love each and every one of you. And for those of us who are new to the damn elite, welcome, welcome. We have fun things planned always. We have, you know, movie nights for you guys. We have members only roster review streams. You guys vote on new videos. We have all kinds of fun things for you guys coming, including a collab coming soon, but schedules have just not been lining up due to things in his life, and so give us a week and we should have a collab coming. Exciting times are coming. We're gonna have tons of collabs during our wonderful Damathon. And for those of you who are new to the Dam Elite, make sure you go to your Discord, go to your user connections, and then connect your YouTube to your Discord or your Twitch to your Discord, so that way you can make sure that you don't miss out on a single bit of your members only content. I love each and every one of you. Merry, happy, whatever you guys celebrate the end of this year. Merry Christmas to those who are celebrating that. Happy Life Day. Merry Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. And I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow to hang out with you guys on Christmas Day. Raid Troopers on break. Yeah, if he's live right now, I'm down to raid him. Let's keep the party going. Let's see. Redirect. I don't see anyone live right now, so I don't think he's live. Unless it's glitching on my side. Yeah, Troopers on break is not live. There's no one live right now, unfortunately, on YouTube. Let's see if there's anyone on Twitch real quick.
Do it. Roger, roger.
There is exactly one person who is streaming on Twitch, Mystery Hippo, and it looks like he's currently working on the Darth Revan, or the Malak event rather. He's on the Jedi Knight Revan part of the Malak event, so I'm gonna send you guys over there. Go help him out, you know, give him a big damn welcome and point him towards my guide and tell him, hey, just follow my guide, dude. Because obviously the damn guides are the best guides in the damn community. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, YouTube. I love each and every one of you. Merry Christmas.